Of Clan Ventru, played by Softinomicon. Hatfield of Clan Bruja, played by Daybreakathon. Acheron of Clan Zamitzi, played by Larissa Rave. Slip of Clan Nosferatu, played by Vamp Daddy. Last, but never at all least, is Ardala, played by Fenice Starlight. Rest assured, by the way, that the person who pressed the wrong button when we started instead of bringing us in will be fired, and the next week's game will be hosted by someone far better than me. The Coven take their leave of the Banu Hakim Haven. As you are walking back towards your vehicle, you hear the sound of a woman calling out, "Gemma? Gemma, is that you?" Across the road from you all, you see a woman calling out to Rami, a look of obvious concern on her face. As you all turn in place, your attention focused upon Rami, who, for herself, appears frozen to the spot, her eyes glassed over. The young lady crosses the road, singularly focused on Rami, when, out of nowhere, the van speeds away, bloodstains and all into the night, leaving the unknown woman to die upon the road. Rami, while this is going on, your vision is clouded. You don't actually see any of this. Instead, you have a vision of this woman walking over to you. Although your vision is clouded and most of what she says is broken and incoherent, she constantly refers to you as Gemma. She seems very familiar with you. The final thing you see and hear was her offering to take you to her flat and contact your apparent family, telling them that she found you. What would the rest of you like to do?
Oh, thank God, that concluded itself very quickly.
I would like to see if I can spot, before it fully drives away, license plate.
Wits and awareness, this will be a very difficult roll.
Arouse the blood. Hunger will be gained. Wits and awareness, you said, yeah?
Yes, please.
It's full.
Sticking with it, or should I re-roll on the others?
I think... You know what?
Just a reminder, you haven't had your willpower recharged this session yet.
I know. You know what? I'm not going to do a re-roll, but I will say this. If I can't get the license plate, I'd like to at least get make and model of car. What kind of car is this? If I can't get the license, if it's my successes are too low.
It's the general, I think it's 4.5 ton, flawed metro van. Very typical for moderate weight, local courier delivery van size, that kind of thing. If you think of a real life UPS van, you're in the right ballpark, that sort of thing.
Okay.
I have a quick question. If I were to rush over to the scene, would I be checking for vital signs or checking your pockets?
You'd be checking the pockets.
Okay,
The
well,
license,
I'm doing
I love the license plate is TYDDY. It's not written, but we're sticking with it.
Wonderful. Okay. Yeah, I clocked the van before looking at Rami. What is the state of Rami in this moment?
I mean, as far as I'm concerned, Rami's vision has gone. After that, it's entirely up to Rami.
Yeah, I feel like because of having that premonition, she's kind of staring off because all of her essential awareness in this moment is gone. And as she comes back, she's just staring out into the road at this body.
Okay, all right.
Is there any ID?
Hatfield. Wits and awareness or intelligence investigation, whichever you prefer. Sticking with it? Would you like a reroll on the rolls?
Guess I'll re-roll a thing. Why not?
Yep. Hatfield, you do eventually find the remains of a small purse, wallet-like thing. It has been damaged in the accident, but you do manage to find the remains of a driver's license. It simply bears the first name Marsha. That is all you are able to make out.
Is there any sort of phone or other such device on this woman's person?
There was a phone, but it has been completely destroyed, and the sound of sirens are approaching.
Okay. I am going to say to Ardala, you might want to get your people aware of the situations, as it sounds like officers are on their way. And then I will look to Rami and say, are you all right?
Yeah, I think this was a good thing, honestly.
Crouch in the middle of the road. Hey, yo, Slip, can you do anything with this?
The body?
Holding up the ID card.
Oh shit, maybe. Yeah, grab that.
Okay.
I could remove.
It's not the entire
body.
card, it's literally just the remains and all that's legible left.
This is
Holding up half an ID card.
No, don't get
Rami?
rid of the body.
The body needs to stay there. We need to go. Come on. And I
Can
will
I-
open the door.
I want to look at their face before. I just want to know if I recognize them at all.
You feel like you should, like you could, but it's like a dream that you're trying to remember as soon as you wake up. You know that there might have been something. It's very unsure, but
Yeah, I'm going to sort of just gently lead Rami to the car. I don't want her to be caught by cops staring over this dead body. So moving her very quickly before I hop in myself and sort of shout to everybody, let's go.
Yeah, the purse is collected and passed along to Slip.
Thank you.
Electronic jumble that was once a phone included.
Oh, gee.
Yep, exactly.
Jump in the bug van and peel out, maybe with Hatfield in the passenger. I don't know.
I'm gonna slip back inside real fast and let know what the heck happened outside to my people, since we were in front of.
I don't think you need to do that. You know, this is the Banu Hakim. If anyone is ready for weird shit to happen outside their haven, it's the Banu Hakim. You know, and they're afforded this line of protection from kind authorities because, you know, they simply know that this location is peaceful. You know, there's nothing they need to worry about here. This was very wisely chosen.
I actually just like look at a camera that is probably there somewhere and is like,
I am going to actually send a message to the officer that came to us about the exploding bodies. And my only thing is literally checking in. I'm checking in and I'm like, checking in, we've learned some new things. And leave it at that. What I'm looking for is a response to make sure he's still alive.
It'll be left on red.
Okay, interesting. I'll pocket that for later. We head to the Haven as soon as our doll is back in the car.
oh yeah, it was like as fast as like me looking at the camera and pointing over, and that's it.
Okay,
I never
wonderful.
left.
Yeah, so we're off. Yeah, we're not trying to be caught outside with the dead body.
I mean, it is a short drive to a haven, but I'm sure there's enough time if anyone wants to have a conversation before you arrive back.
What the fuck was that?
Who is Gemma?
I look at Rami.
I'm also looking at Rami with my clipboard.
Don't look at me. I don't know. I mean, a person that we've been looking for since we all met, but
And apparently it's you.
I'm not. No.
No, are you sure?
I know who I am currently. And I don't recognize
Okay,
that person, so.
Okay, alright. I need to look at you, and I'm going to ask your permission to do so. I need to know if you've been changed in any way. Even if it's something you can't remember. It's nothing invasive. I just need to look at you. Is that alright?
Can I read your mind? Not right now, but like in the future.
That's fine with me.
Yeah, sure.
Wonderful. So when I look at Rami, I am looking for telltale signs of Samitsi handiwork, as I would be familiar with it. Because even if Rami doesn't remember being changed or being Gemma, does not mean there isn't some sort of sign that she was. So that's what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
And like, again, very much non-evasive type of thing of like, I'm looking at the seam of her hairline. I'm looking at, her hands, wrists, even like spots at the joints. Just,
I'm going to give you a really
Yeah.
fucking weird roll. You might have to use
Okay.
Roll20's dice pool for this. But I would like you to combine either
Okay.
wits or intelligence and your protean dots, please.
okay. Let's see if I can do that. What was it? What's our intelligence?
Wits or intelligence,
And
and,
then-
however many dots you have in protean.
Oh, let me do it on here. Discipline. Now, because I have a specialty in... Oh, it would have to be medicine as part of the skill check. To get the
Medicine
plus
wouldn't
one
apply
bonus.
for kindred.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Which I'm not saying for you because I know you know. It's just in case anyone watches this and ever needs that kind of advice along the way.
This I will use a reroll for. Reroll those 3 dice. Okay, it's not great. It's a 3. But I'm looking for any scars that,
There are
don't
no
make sense.
signs that Rami's body has been altered. However, there is very trace evidence that Rami has had something done to her at some point that is not of a natural nature.
Okay. Now, are we talking similar to like a lobotomy? Something like that? Or are we talking
Nothing that invasive or major.
Okay.
This would be.
Okay.
This is something very, very subtle. You can't quite place what, but it's something very subtle, and it's not. It's being Zamitsi yourself, of course. This strikes you immediately as why do something subtle? This is not how art is shown off.
Okay. And is this like when I notice this difference? Is this like on a particular part of her body
You're not able to.
that I would notice that difference? Okay.
Not able
Okay.
to tell.
Okay. We need to find someone who can probably see past whatever mental barriers you may have to find out who you were, Rami. Because you have been changed. Or not as you were born. You've been altered. As far as I can tell, nothing necessarily physically, but something about you is different than what it was starting off as.
Yeah, I just don't understand how.
For the record, while this is going on, Hatfield's kind of quiet, kind of staring off into the distance, lost in thought. But, and the windows roll down, hand to mouth, and then something's casually just chucked out onto the side of the road. Something, dark and dripping, and Hatfield's face is left smeared with, fresh red vitae.
Hatfield, take 1 aggravated damage, please.
I'm gonna pretend not to notice.
Excuse me, what?
Go
Okay,
pretend
wait.
not to notice. Mm-hmm.
Windows rolled back up calmly.
Hatfield, are you sitting next to me?
I Slip said passenger seat. I might be up there. I don't know.
Oh, we're in the pest control van. Are we all in the pest control van?
Yeah, we're all in. We're all in.
Then
We're
you
all in the
guys-
same car. We all came in the same
Then you guys are all scuttled in the back amongst the equipment and that man who's in a body bag still.
Don't worry about it.
Hey, I am comfortable with that. So okay, if that's the case, I will just I'm not trying to hide it or anything, but just not making a big fuss. I will hand over a handkerchief to Hatfield and continue to be looking at Rami, and saying, the last memory you have is from how long ago?
I mean, I know everything when I was alive, or first of all, clarify.
No, after your embrace.
No, I
What's the
remember
last
everything
memory you
after
have?
that. The things that I don't remember
Someone-
from before that. But there are a couple things here and there that I don't really remember, but
Someone has removed parts of your past from you.
See, I don't
And based
understand
off of
why.
what was said, well, there's a ton of reasons why. After our little session, shall we call it, with the Setites, things were said about you by Mithras that you couldn't remember.
It doesn't sound like me, you know?
Right, it's not. But it could have been. And if you are Gemma, the one we've been looking for, there are many who are looking for you, and you are now in trouble. You are a target.
Well, I was gonna say there could be other explanations. Weird kindred magic. Mm-hmm. Maybe they
Yes.
planted some fake memories in their heads and think that I'm someone that I'm not.
Mithras. They've planted memories in Mithras.
No, not Mithras. I mean that woman.
Oh,
That
the
is-
girl is irrelevant. But yeah,
All
yes.
right.
I mean, sad that she's dead. Didn't have to happen, I guess. But I'm more concerned about the kindred who's I don't know, a fucking 1,000 years old, who recognized you and said that you were someone you're currently not. And you've got no memory of who that is. But
Alright,
we've
but-
got to find out what that is.
See, how do we know he was even telling the truth? What if he's just messing with us? He's messing with Hatfield all the time.
Why would he?
I don't think
There'd be no
Mithras
reason
is
to.
trying to goof on anybody.
The fact that you're trying to skirt away from the fact that there are things that are happening around you, Rami, does not make me trust you whatsoever, and you don't want me to not trust you.
Oh,
Gestures in
Ardala.
agreement.
Welcome to the
Look,
club, Ardala.
fuck. Look. We've got
No,
laundry list
what
of
you
things
are
we've
not
got to do.
understanding is that you might have not ever done anything about it. I will.
Okay. Right. So before we start getting Banu Hakim, let's first find out answers, right? Because that will help us all. So, you've got to deal with a harpy. And so that is fucking number one business right now. But on the to-do list is to find out what is missing from your memory, Rummy. Again, who you are now is important. Don't ever forget who you are. And I'm not going to judge you for the things you can't remember. But given what just happened, knowing who you were is also important.
I just
Do we
don't.
agree?
Yes, but I don't want to know who I was. I've never wanted to know that. It's never been important. Now that it's important, it's annoying.
I understand. If it would make you feel better, you don't have to know. We could know. And then, from there, help you make decisions that won't end up costing your life. But someone has to know, in this group, has to know who you were. Because a car just came out of nowhere and ran over some human girl who thought you were someone else.
Shiv, can I, essentially, we just had this conversation, like, implant thoughts from that premonition into Akron's head. Can I do that? Or, like just, like, thinking about that, what happened, and what I saw?
Yeah. I mean,
Alright.
depending on what is it you're trying to broadcast, implant type thing.
I think just, like, that person dying was a good thing, because they would have, like, involved more people.
You can put that thought in Akron's head, but it is still your thought. It's
Okay.
Akron's not going to sit there and think, "Oh, that's a good thing that happened."
I just want it to be
in
like,
your,
this
you know,
is...
it's going to be
yeah.
in your voice of, I think you would literally be just saying, "I think it's a good thing."
Just talking in my head.
Yeah.
Alright. No,
Yeah.
you're good.
If you want to implant an
Figuring
idea,
we can
that's
always
more of a
You can
dominate
talk
thing.
with your mouths. Either way.
Mm-hmm. Alright, I'm just curious. Figuring out how the power works a little bit.
Yeah. No problem. Right. Fucking Pandora. Alright. Let's handle that first, then the rest will follow. Also, if anyone's got a way to get a hold of Ebony, maybe let her know. But things have gone off the fucking rails. And there's the harpy in a house, just in case she pops up. Don't want to.
I think that's actually the moment Hatfield would sit up suddenly and just like remembering, reach into the jacket pocket, unfold the piece of paper with the note and just hand it over.
Jesus Christ. How long were you going to hold this?
Shrugs.
Amazing. Fantastic. No, Akron will read the note and just like, fuck.
I believe you can already see the note. If you can't, tell me.
I've heard the note. It was read too. Well,
It was read out loud, so yeah.
Okay.
Well, it was read out loud, but it was a thing where Hatfield was in their room alone.
Yes.
So, like,
It was read out loud to the players. Hatfield's just been sitting on it.
Yeah.
It was never a good moment.
And if I recall, it's basically Ebony being like, "I'll be back soon. I had to go handle some stuff."
I had to go on my plan.
Yeah, there was the note. Note from Ebony. Sorry for all the fuss. I'll be back soon. And then the other note was from Mother Superior. That was.
Did you hand me that note?
Yes.
Or just yes? Okay, so I got both.
They were both handed over.
Okay.
I mean, the first one, though, it's addressed to Ebony's little friends. So.
Understood. God damn, do I want to kill that bitch? Okay. So Acheron looks at both notes, but looks at the Mother Superior note, and there is a look of like that rage when like a child is in the playground and somebody takes their toy without asking.
I mean, gosh,
That
do you want me to
kind
read
of
it again? Because it
expression.
was a couple of sessions ago. Like.
Yeah.
I do, because then
If
I
you
can go
want to.
Lulu. I had a very big cup of coffee this morning. Also available on our merch store.
Yeah.
All right, get running. I'm gonna read.
Yeah. Tell me, what did Mother Superior say?
To Ebony's little friends, I have retrieved my child from your home and taken her with me to complete some supplementary education. Do not attempt to interfere with or bother my little one while she is studying. I am keeping an eye on all of you while I decide if you are fit to continue your contact with Ebony. I am also tasking you all with watching after Ebony's little pet while she was away. Hatfield, be aware that a rabid dog will be euthanized if they cannot be controlled. As for the rest of you, as plentiful and insignificant as you are, be aware that your unlives are also very easily halted if they prove a detriment to my valuable resource. Signed, Mother Superior Olga Marie Blair.
I really don't think she's ever met Ebony at that point.
Acheron's not happy. Holding the note, and for flavor, you guys just see Acheron's nails grow to just like those sharp daggers, and essentially like shred through the paper as a reaction to the way that not only we were referred to, but the way that like Ebony was referred to, the way that Hatfield was referred to, and this idea that she thinks she can halt my life.
And I'll just say, Hatfield turns around to make eye contact and just nods, gestures to indicate this is why this didn't come up sooner.
Claws recede, and like the shredded bits just taken and put them back in the bag. That will be handled at a later date. Yeah, so yeah, we're on our way to the fucking haven. Acheron is not happy, not in a good mood.
You arrive back at your shared haven. As you pull up on the large courtyard slip, you instantly notice all of your security personnel are not present. The haven seems secure. None of your redundancies have been triggered, and you haven't been stormed by a wild group of anarchs, or worse, yet. What would you like to do?
Well, I'm not seeing my guys out here. They might be inside, attending to Pandora. I don't know. Or they may have been recalled. They are, they work for the clan rather than just me, so I don't know what's going on. But I don't have any messages from the security system saying that anything triggered.
I can
I'll go
put
in
up
first,
some
if you like.
better security since I got this new book here.
Oh yes, you can definitely pile that on. I would appreciate you immensely. More than I already do. But I'll head inside. I'll head inside first, if you'd all like.
Shrug.
Turn the van off and jump out. All right, I'll be back.
Proceed into the haven. Nothing seems amiss. Spotlessly clean as always. The newly refurbished building betrays nothing. It seems safe. It seems secure.
Just poke my head back out and give them a wave.
Acheron is just like, is moving in that way of like, I'm going through the motions of movement. But there is this low, almost imperceptible, like, growl, hiss. It almost sounds like when metallic grinds against metal, you know, when it's just two metal objects. But it's coming from somewhere like deep in Acheron. Before their face almost like melts into this expression of just, stoicism, this just calm, not betraying anything on their face, and will proceed into the haven.
It seems quiet. It seems still. Until you hear the strange sound of a man giggling. You march your way through the hallway into the main meeting room, finding Pandora laid out on your couch, her legs outstretched and crossed, upon the arms as her head rests upon the other armrest. Her long, thick, flowing black hair rests upon the floor. Security staff, however, are looking to her every need. One is brushing her hair as the other holds it. Another is rubbing her feet and massaging her legs through her pleather trousers, as one is knelt by her side holding a tray with an empty glass upon it. As you enter inside, she shoos the man by her side away. What would you like to do?
Pandora, welcome. I hope the hospitality has been to your liking.
Yes, your men are adequate. Very formidable warriors and such soft hands. They pay great attention to detail.
All right, excellent. To what do we owe the pleasure of this visit? Will we be of service to you in some way?
I believe a contract needs to be made and finalized between us all.
Ah. Yes, well, I would agree.
Ardala, of course. I know I can trust you.
I will approach her and may I? And I gesturing to her hand.
A hand is instantly coming out as you're approaching.
Yeah, and I'll just kiss her hand.
Acheron resists the urge to roll eyes.
Field has also been doing that.
There's just a clenching of jaw, you know. But then we'll sit in the chair, in a chair, and just look at Pandora and wait for her to speak.
Now, some of you have already bonded to me. Some of you are exempt, but not all of you. Acheron, Rami. How can I trust you? You're not exactly Tower, but you are my coterie. I need to know I can rely on you. I need to know that you belong to me.
Okay. How to word this without being incredibly insulting? I think Acheron goes just very rigid, almost as still as a statue, which is easy considering they don't breathe. And their eyes, they don't blink, and they are staring at Pandora as if looking through her. And not past her, but literally looking into her. Pandora, I understand why you ask for what you ask for. But that I will not give you.
You know I could make you. I would much rather you choose. But if we cannot find a solution, we reach an impasse. How can I trust you?
I don't know if it means much, but I can vouch for Acheron's performance.
It doesn't mean
Loyalty.
much.
I did not think so, but it is there. Acheron has enabled us to fell many enemies of the tower with no losses of our own. Time and time again.
And that
I also
does not
agree with
cause-
that statement. Since I have been in the group, Acheron seems to be one of the most apt of the group so far.
All the more reason for them to be bound, you know? You don't keep
Pandora.
dangerous weapons loose.
Do appreciate the flattery. I am a dangerous weapon. One who has chosen to offer their services on your behalf, for you, for this coterie. While I cannot offer you a blood bond, I can offer you something else. Something more in the vein of my clan. And you know how my clan are. We are incredibly loyal. But we are never lapdogs. So, I offer instead to make an oath.
Go on.
This oath, I will make it to Slip, who is bonded to you.
I will accept this. As will you, Slip.
Certainly.
Well then, would you like to bear witness?
I'd like nothing more.
Wonderful. Acheron Acheron gets up, walks over to Slip, and says, "Raise your left hand."
Left hand up.
Acheron is going to grab their forearm tightly and say to them, "This is going to hurt." And you'll notice as they are clutching onto your forearm that their arm itself is like shifting and moving beneath the skin. Their claws shoot out and delve into your skin, and not through your arm, but very specifically into your veins, like needles. And from there, you would feel this almost, it's very much like a supernatural, kind of akin to blood sorcery sensation coming over you. As if something is willing your vitae to move through your body. Acheron's hand almost acting like a filter as it filters the blood through their bones and the marrow of it into yours. And Acheron will say, "I, Acheron Lopez, swear my loyalty, my passion, my artistic intelligence, and honor to you, Slip. Blood of my blood." And you feel as if your heart is beating. You feel like the pulse of that going through your body. And then there's like a second heartbeat. And then they go in time to each other. And after a few moments, you'll see that the corners of your vision start to darken. And everyone else would see the veins that normally wouldn't show on Slip start to like appear beneath their skin. And it almost looks like his skin itself is like coming to life, as if he were to like blush of life. And then suddenly it all vanishes. And when Acheron removes their hand, you will still feel this second heartbeat in you. Almost like an echo of it.
Somewhere out there, Mirabelle, like, Slip?
All right. Okay. A little violating, but I definitely receive your oath, and I will endeavor to remain worthy of it. so that it is not misplaced.
Acheron nods, and you guys will see that there is kind of like a shifting that's happened to their appearance. While they still look like themselves, there is certain features that are almost like a ghost of what Slip looks like if
You
Slip
really are
wasn't
married now.
dead.
How tragic.
Could do worse. But yeah, so there's like almost like a ghost of Slip in Acheron.
I'm looking forward to Mirabelle versus Acheron. That's going to be great. Winner takes on
You're
Sato.
gonna have to learn a Spanish. You're gonna have to take on a Spanish
rise
accent
from
because
the
I am not
grave
doing the double
of
role play.
murder.
Excuse me, Sato's taken care of.
Why
Alright,
does-
I'm going
I
to...
slipped with the hot people.
I
I'm a
find this
lover, not a-
acceptable.
I think too, if anyone had like sensed the unseen or anything like that, there would probably be like just this faint trail of like a dark blood red thin thread that is now between Slip and Acheron.
Although Hatfield is not currently in a position to speak, I think Hatfield's expression will say it all, which is to say, I don't know what happened, but that's pretty messed up, yo.
I find this acceptable.
Mhm.
Now, Rami,
Yes. I can't offer anything as interesting as that besides, my intelligence or my knowledge of the blood plague or my research into it. My eventual desire to find a cure. But I mean, I don't know if you're interested in ceremonies. And bringing people to life, creating zombies, creating your own undead army, creating ghosts, binding wraiths to places, stuff like that.
how dull.
Okay. I know.
Yes.
Well then, Rami, you leave me with only one choice. You will have to carry a part of me with you always. I would prefer you to accept this, but if you refuse, I have no qualms making you accept it, and then you will want it.
I mean, I wouldn't deny it. I just wish I had something more to give, but I don't.
For the time being, this will be sufficient. And if you're a good girl, I may release you from the bond, if that's what you want. She will just beckon you over, and she's putting a very sharp thumbnail into her wrist. And nonchalantly just extends out her arm, not even looking at you, just waiting to...
No, yeah, I'll go over and I'll drink my
Yeah.
blood.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And that will be a level 1 bond. And thank you for excusing me from describing that. I'm very grateful.
You're welcome. Actually, I go over seductively and I don't know.
Don't encourage me, I will break Twitch terms of service in seconds.
Right. Yeah, I think after that's done, Acheron will sit down again and look at Pandora and say, other than that, was there anything you needed?
No. I do have something for Slip, though. She will actually sit up. I'm so sorry. She will sit up and she will spread her legs, and she will beckon Slip to kneel on the floor between her shins.
All right, there are worse places to be, and I lower.
Tempted to take a photo.
I lower platonically between her legs.
She will begin stroking
Platonic.
your face with the back of her hand over and over. Slip, you've been such a good little boy, haven't you?
I tried very hard to be.
And you know what good boys get, don't you?
I have an inkling.
You get a reward.
Good.
Just watching. Just.
That doesn't help.
Amazing.
It'll last longer. Like, what are you doing?
Just watching. I'm immortal and I've got great memory.
Is it you intend to bequeath upon me?
Slip, I have an invitation to a very exclusive society. Next time Hatfield and Ebony leave to it, you will accompany them. Do you understand?
I do.
Such a good boy.
He's level 5 blood bond, so he is definitely admiring her from his spot on the floor.
You know, she is just lavishing you with this. Obviously, to everyone else, this is very fake. This is buttering you up and just, look at the power I have over your so-called leader.
Field's eye is twitching slightly.
Congratulations, Slip. You have taken your first step towards something far greater. I'll let Hatfield explain exactly what it is in private. Hatfield knows not to mention such things out loud. Now, the hated sun appears. I am far from my personal haven, but that's never been an issue for me. I will leave you for the night, the little that is left. Such a good kindred. And then just discard Slip like an unwanted toy and stride away. Anything you would like to talk about before you retire for the day rest? Day is very swiftly approaching, though.
The minute that she is gone, Akron says nothing and starts to just go through the house, see if there's anything different.
Hatfield goes over and just sort of claps Slip's head between both hands and is just staring wide, just beaming alarm, nonverbal alarm.
Ah! Hey, what's up, Hatfield? What? Say that again, but calmly? Well, calmer.
What? Is Discord doing a thing? Did Discord do a thing?
No, Hatfield is
Hatfield is just gesticulating and is just hand on face, just still traces of blood around face that the handkerchief couldn't quite wipe away. Corner of the mouth,
Easy. Easy, that's my moneymaker. Don't scuff the face.
I wanna
just sort of lets go of Slip's head to just take him by the shoulders and just shake him a bit. Not roughly, but just sort of emphatic of just alarm. How do I non-verbally communicate my alarm to you?
Ah, Jesus, what?
I wanna go over to Hatfield and Slip.
It's alright. Oh, what's going on with me?
Hatfield, is that where you, Ebony, and Rose were going?
Looks at
Was it-
Rami.
Was it the weird thing with Pandora? Is that what that was about?
They're not allowed to speak about it.
Well, I mean, she's learning it.
Uh,
Is Hatfield still
alright.
wearing that, duct tape bracelet that Calliope made?
You know, duct tape can be pretty hard to take off. I don't know if Hatfield would have bothered to cut it off.
Yeah, I think she's kind of looking at it. There was a tracker, and there she was following you, but didn't really get the exact location. Just so you know. That's all. Have a good night.
Why did you wait for this long to say something?
Oh, I was just finished reading all of her notes. So I just found out.
Just staring at Rami in exasperated disbelief.
Okay. Alright. Great.
Gestures at Rami, gestures at Slip. The flailing around is managing to communicate again.
I don't fucking know what's wrong with her either. Let's go. I gotta talk to you. Oh god, Ardala, may I trouble you, not this evening, but tomorrow evening for a conversation down in my halls.
Of course.
Thank you so much.
Also, to protect this space, I will have and need a lot of blood.
What? Anyone's blood?
No, it will be my blood, but
Oh,
I need a lot of blood to pour blood.
right. Do we still have that uninfected kind in the cells, or were they tainted for experimentation?
I think they're experimental. I don't
Okay.
think we have anyone left who's not infected.
I've got...
Another exasperated gesture.
We have options. I may have the
You
security
perhaps
staff.
Could find... Maybe I'll go to my usual spot and pick up somebody, but I would need somewhere to put them for the night.
Would you accept donations from perhaps the security staff? Either from their own veins or trespassers?
I like the taste of death in my blood.
God, okay. We've got an empty room, as it turns out, so... yeah, we can store someone overnight for you, no problem.
Flip is dying.
I'm sorry, I don't know why that had such an effect on me, but that had such an effect on me, and I probably need counseling.
Oh, wait, Slip, what are you doing with the body in the van?
Oh, that's yours. I'll put that on your autopsy table. We can chuck it in a quarry if you don't think you need it.
Did you want to get, like, fingerprints or any information about who they might be? Because I remember we talked about it a little bit.
Do your forensic pathology thing.
Sure.
Anything we can learn about this person would be infinitely useful and is to be turned over to Abdallah immediately as it concerns her people.
Yeah, of course.
And Abdallah, do you need someone picked up tonight? Because it's a bit late.
No, it will require me a full night of...
I see.
Yes, it is a long process.
Well, we have one empty room out of 4, but if you would like 2 vessels, I'm happy to liquidate some of the stock for you.
We can talk about this tomorrow night, perhaps, when we awaken.
Certainly.
It depends on what are our responsibilities for the next day. I would like to get this done, but if we want a long-lasting and powerful ward, it will require me the whole night.
Oh, certainly. All right. Tomorrow, then, we'll have a chat about that and more.
Yes. I will pin you in, and I write it
Thank you.
on my clipboard.
I am honored thrice this evening. Let us go, Hatfield. And I will take Hatfield towards the tunnels under the haven.
Just kind of shrugs and follows along.
The only thing that has changed about the maze, it's still a circular tunnel made of various layered pipes that are either painted or made from chosen materials to make very subtle, disorienting optical illusions, and the floor is always uneven, so it's very disorienting to walk down. But the temperature has also been pumped up very high in this area of the haven. A Kine who is not prepared and does not have provisions would become hyperthermic here in minutes, if less.
Yeah.
I would imagine
It'll
you
take
turned
two.
down to borderline for your visit, because otherwise you two, of course, would also slip into a terror frenzy from the heat.
Yes.
Cold.
Yep.
But yeah.
Yeah, he's got a little he's got a little remote he uses to control it. But he will take you down. It's a miserable heat still, but it's not too hot. He will take you to one of the, not the deepest layers, but definitely one of the private layers, and he will take his headpiece out, turn that shit off, toss it on top of his desk, and have a seat.
Yeah, I don't think Hatfield was wearing the earpiece to begin with, so it still remains wherever it was before.
On the floor somewhere, maybe broken.
The bottom of a backpack.
Okay. What specifically are you concerned about right now the most?
Moment of consideration. Points to slip, points to self, points to mouth, opens to show off lack of tongue, conveying, I don't know how we're going to have this conversation.
Jesus
my utmost
fucking
concern at the moment.
Christ! Oh my god, what is your why? You know what? Hold on, I've got...
Points
I will-
upstairs to where Pandora was.
Yup. Okay, so I'm gonna take out one of those gel pens with multiple colors you can pick, put that on the desk in a small notebook. Here you go, Hatfield. That's crazy as shit, but I assume you can still write.
Thumbs up. Scribbles a smiley face.
Why the fuck did you rip your tongue out, you dodongo?
The dongo? What?
They got it.
If I was even capable in this moment, like Akron ran out of the house and like grabbed the tongue and brought it back and just has their tongue. But that's not really what's going to happen at all.
Yeah, no, that thing has been yoked into the side of the road, lost in the grass, never to be seen again.
Hedgehog finds it.
Don't worry about it, it's
finds
fine.
and brings it back to their place.
Please,
yeah,
pen
no.
why you did this.
Handwriting is not the neatest, but
Yeah, same.
didn't want M to make me talk to P.
Right. Okay, gotcha. There are ways. Okay, gotcha. Well, god damn it, Hatfield.
Frogs.
This is gonna. Yep. Okay. All right. Let's have a conversation.
Shrugs again, but nods.
Yep. All right. I guess I'll just talk at you a lot.
Thumbs up.
Your Mithras problem, I don't personally believe is a problem, Hatfield.
Look of disbelief.
No, I know. So, here's the thing. I don't think Mithras particularly wants to be... You don't have a fucking tongue. You know what, let's do this tomorrow night. I need you to respond in real time, and...
Rug,
You wanna go
nod,
play-
at slip on the shoulder.
Let's go play some Donkey Kong racing or something.
Thumbs up. So, a light, affectionate punch on the arm.
I'm gonna take Hatfield to the place where the retro video games are kept and fuck around in there till we black out, I guess.
Before the blackout happens, Slip would feel a burning on his forearm.
Ah!
And when he looks, he will see enraged skin that looks reddened, and it looks like as if he's been branded on his forearm.
Like scarification.
Calms. Yes, like scarification. And so it looks a little red and irritated at first, but then it starts to calm itself. But now he has the sigil of the Samitsi in his forearm.
Oh shit, I think I just got the dragon card.
And when the metaphorical camera pans to Acheron in their room, they are pressing onto their forearm their nail embedded into their skin as a finalization of that oath that was made earlier.
I feel like that
Why-
sudden appearance allows
Why?
Hatfield to actually win a round of whatever racing game we're playing.
Yeah, jeez, why am I all fucked up from them making an oath to me? Jesus!
But there,
All right.
you know, there's just a maybe slightly sinister whispered blood of my blood.
Yeah.
Did you just say blood for the blood god?
No.
No, I said blood of my blood.
Oh.
Hatfield can't talk at the moment, and Hatfield isn't aware of all of the whispering and such. Y'all are married now. Y'all are married now.
I will have.
No,
I
Samitsi
I don't think-
different.
Mm,
Not married, but you know, Samitsi oaths are not ones to be broken. Anyhow, then yes, as that's whispered, Acheron lays back and just drifts asleep.
all right, that win doesn't count, but I'm gonna let it because I got bamboozled, but I'm gonna let you have it because you play like trash.
Frustrated sigh
Oh,
of
no.
acknowledgement.
Poor Hatfield.
You all slip into a controlled torpor for the day, awakening at the start of the next night. Slip is the first to arise, somehow finding Mr. Scruffles curled up in a ball at his feet, softly snoring until Slip rises, awakening the scraggly-looking fox, who excitedly jumps up on Slip's chest, his tongue lolled to one side. For a moment, Slip thinks he can see small holes in the piece of flesh, but ignores it and steps out of his room, with Mr. Scruffles in pursuit. I would like you all, first of all, to rouse for the night ahead. Take your composure or your resolve, whichever is higher, and add it to your willpower tracker. You may all slake 1 hunger, but do not go below 1. If you are already at 0, increase to 1. And would anyone like to heal some aggravated damage?
You know what? As a matter of fact, I would.
3 rouse checks for me, please, Hatfield.
I like
'Cause
being
you're
at
gonna be
0
fucking
hunger. It was really
hungry.
nice.
What could possibly go wrong?
I miss being
Ooh,
at
we're
0.
getting very hungry.
What does that
I'm
leave
glad
you
you
at
slept.
hunger-wise,
I'm-
Hatfield?
Say again?
What does that leave you at hunger-wise, Hatfield?
Yes. My hunger is yes.
I'm glad you were the big spoon in the video game room with me last night, because I am in prime eating position right now.
Be glad you woke
Are
up
we
first.
talking like? Are we talking like 4 hunger yes or like full bar hunger yes?
Oh no, we are talking complete yes. My
You're
hunger
fine.
is yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, on the plus
Understood.
side, at least you awakened from torpor.
I feel you can't kill me down here. You'll never find your way out. The core book says so.
You can't do it. You need me.
I mean, the SD already said you woke up first. You've got business to do. You gotta retrieve me before I can try to tear your face off.
You're the business. We never left. I said we played till we blacked out, and you said yup.
Well, okay.
You've still got
I have a
Ardala
question.
and Acheron as well to talk to.
I have a question about this maze that is lingering now beneath the Haven.
This labyrinth-like
have you told
maze, yes.
anyone? Yeah. Have you told anyone about this labyrinth-like maze?
It is a large, gaping hole in the foundation that goes down an off-putting looking tunnel. It's not hidden at all.
Okay.
It is not
Okay.
hidden. It is very off-putting to
Okay.
even look down, let alone enter.
I just imagine every time we walk by, it's just a little bit nicer.
It
Yeah,
really
no,
isn't.
because my question is, if
Like a little
Slip
bit
doesn't
more.
come out at the time, if Slip and Hatfield don't come out at the time that they usually rise to come out at the time, my question is, will I know that like something's wrong in order to even go near said hole? Is
Slip
my
wouldn't.
question.
Slip wouldn't have brought Hatfield too far into the labyrinth that they can't find their way out and make their own way back to their own room. Well, Ebony's room, technically.
Okay. Just making sure.
All right, perfect.
I gotta calculate what I'm gonna be dealing with in the next moments.
I am objectively, factually, scientifically, observably ignoring the stank fox as I leave the tunnels.
And it is pitter-pattering, following you, like constantly. Very short distance behind you.
All right, that's... smell like a butt. Mr. Scruffles, you smell like a butt. All right, I'm going to give you a bath, and we're both going to hate it, you know? But first, earpiece in. Ardala. You on radio?
Good rising.
Oh, good evening. If you are ready, I am ready.
You see her actually as you enter the assigned room. I don't know if I'm rooming with anybody, but wherever you find me, I have a little vial, and I'm just crushing a little spider inside of it and capping it and putting it on.
Oh. No, nothing. It's cool. He had a family, man. That's all right. You know, don't worry about him. He's dead now. I'm gonna miss that guy. But we're good. We're good. Don't even worry about it.
You're talking about the spider?
Yeah, I'm full of bees.
There's many in this
I know.
place.
I know, they're all on the payroll. It's all right. You know what? We were looking to cut costs anyway. May I invite you into my,
You can order more off the web.
layer?
I hate it. No.
You know, he would be happy that his sacrifice was worthy.
It's a spider.
Yeah.
Was.
All right. It's okay.
I mean, it still is. It's just in pieces inside of my blood vial.
What do you do with that?
Just a handy little thing. It allows me to climb up walls if I wanted to.
Oh. Ooh,
Like a
okay.
spider.
All right, I get it. That's cheeky. I like that. Yeah, if you're ready to have a private conversation, I am as well. Do you need more supplies? I may be able to help with that.
Most of what I do requires me to have blood involved. So the best thing
Okay.
for me is just to have something to nibble on constantly if I'm doing a lot of blood work.
Oh, well, and I'll just kind of like use one foot to like push Scruffles behind me. You know, there are rats around here if you're into that. Or we can keep some old people on stock if you'd like. I could expand the dungeons. If that's is that your flavor? You like them old? You like them finely aged like a
I
wine?
like them with a tinge of death in their blood. Yeah, the closer to their demise, the better.
You know, I got a guy. He's a good bean. I'll see what we can do to keep them on tap for you.
I usually just end them.
Well, yeah. Then let's have a talk about
let's
my good friend
go
Barry, because
and
when
talk.
you're done drinking them, he's gonna eat what's left. Yep. Let's walk with me. Talk with me.
Let's chat.
Putting you up to speed.
Sure.
First of all, thank you for accompanying us for so long. It must be nice to, get out and muck about a little bit, do some new stuff.
I must say it is a good change of pace. I wish it wasn't because my kind are being haunted.
Yes, we will rectify that with all haste, believe me. No one appreciates what you do more than I do. That is why I invited you to the coterie. Turning my earpiece off and having a seat.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Yeah, you'd like to,
Yeah, I left my earpiece upstairs
Oh,
in my room. I haven't.
Sick.
But-
Okay, I'm gonna level with you, alright?
Mhm.
With you, as a guest or permanent member, whatever you see fit, honestly, I would be happy to have you for longer, but really that is not up to either of us where you go. Here's the thing, right? With you in addition, there are 9 people in this coterie, and with you in attendance, that brings us up to 3 people that are loyal to the tower.
Mhm.
So, that's great. That is fantastic because Hatfield is an anarch. Perfectly nice person. We're working on that,
Yeah, I would love
just
to
need-
know more about the fact that he seems to be harboring Mithras within his own.
Yeah, no, that's
So?
one of the things that is one thing you and I are going to talk about. But, so there's that. There's 2 Hakata, so they are independent. Acheron, good bloke, definitely fiercely independent. But willing to play ball. I'm very glad last night went the way it did. I do not want to lose access to Acheron. And then there is Rose, who is new and has had rough experiences. Basically, not a whole lot of love for the tower here, so it's nice to have a judge with us. And as far as the Rami situation goes, you do what you want with Rami, okay? We do not have permission to terminate Rami. But if you have dispensation to do so and feel it necessary, I would not complain at this point. They are compromised thrice over, and it doesn't seem to be improving. So I will trust your judgment on that.
By the way, I'm taking notes furiously.
Perfect.
All right. So, whatever happened yesterday was not the first time, huh?
No! Oh my fucking... Okay, so we were in... Ooh, still a little mad about it. Okay. we were in a Second Inquisition facility, fucking shit up with Pandora's permission and the Scourge's allowance. And Rami, I don't know, got distracted, wandered off. Oops, got kidnapped, and replaced with Nega Rami, who we were infiltrated by enemies of the tower for some time by someone who looked exactly like Rami. And it lasted for a long time until we were able to finally piece together what had happened. And then Rami was in the hands of the Sabbat that entire time. So who knows what changes they actually made while they had her. And then to find out that this person that everyone is blowing each other's brains out for might be Rami, or in some way related to that. I don't know what's going on with Rami, but I'm not a proprietor of sunk cost fallacy. I am willing to cut things that aren't working out.
Well, for now, it seems that at least she was willing to bond with the Harpy.
Which was a great step.
Denotes willingness on her part. I have to give her that. But
Certainly.
I am not pleased to know this information. I will keep it in mind. And I know that me and Pandora go way back. I know she would forgive me if something had to be done.
That is fantastic. Because yes, you're a judge of the Banu Hakim. If anyone is going to be able to dispense justice, it would be you. Which is why I'm happy to have you.
I have been training with my sire to possibly aid him in his work. And you know what scourges do.
Yes.
We purge errors
Yes,
and things that do not belong.
Yes. Yes, no, your entire clan is on my list of toes, but, yes, in general. Then the Mithras situation, I don't know what the fuck's going on with that, but I do believe that it is happening. And this may be a controversy, this might be a hot take. I would like to get Mithras out of there and walking amongst us again. How do you feel about that?
Well, I am glad that you accosted me to have this conversation, because a lot of my brothers and sisters do hold Mithras in very high regards. Some of my kind venerate him as a deity, almost.
Well, he's probably the closest thing we've got walking around still, or previously. Although Hatfield's up and moving, so I guess so. I think Mithras is going to be Hatfield's best chance at being happy, but not while he is contained within their form. I am going to be speaking to Hatfield probably later tonight and seeing if I can get them a little more plussed about helping him. Because I cannot imagine he is there because he wants to be. But his return would be pretty great for everybody. For the most part, it's just a good idea. It's just a good fucking idea. And while we've got him as a resource, we should probably do what we can to help him.
Well, I'm not opposed. At the end of the day, Mithras had a very close relationship to my ancestor.
Sure.
Hence why we are thankful for him and his existence. And we, again, hold him with the highest regards.
He is what we need. He's what the island needs. He's what kindred need. I do not know if it is possible to restore him fully, but I will try to have that conversation with him. And if you would like to attend that conversation, you are invited.
I would be very pleased to attend that conversation if it is possible.
Yes.
I do feel that this is somewhat close to the essence of my clan.
Really? Well, then we shall... Excellent. We shall strive to that end, then, you and I. And hopefully the others. I think... I hope that they will agree. They really will benefit from it, especially the ones that are independent and have no love for the tower. Because Mithras was the poster child for successful independence.
I have
thank you.
I mean, the tower is alright, but I do believe that our roots, as far as my clan, were very much on that same vein. Our collaboration with the tower has been fruitful, but I hear stories from the past.
Yes. I was an independent Nosferatu myself until 2 years ago, when the tower retrieved me from where they had sent me, brought me back in, and believe me, it has worked for the most part, as they're alright, like you said. They're not the best option, they're not the worst option. Mithras is probably the best option. So I'm very happy that you feel that way.
You have my support in this. And perhaps after the conversation, I will let my people know as well. I believe they would be thrilled.
Sure. I mean, I imagine there will be some really intense blood sorcery involved in restoring him, if anything, and that ain't gonna be me, and it ain't gonna be Hatfield, so yes, we will need to outsource this, absolutely.
We will need more than one person. I cannot and do not have the power and knowledge to uphold something of that caliber. Not yet.
Not yet.
I am a very eager student.
So am I, of a different vein. I look forward to working with you for a long time, Ardala.
Same.
Alright, let's head back. Unless you wanted to talk to me about something. Which I cannot imagine you do, but if you do, I'm here.
Not at the moment, but
Yeah.
if anything happens, I know where your interests align moving forward.
Stick my earpiece back in, turn it on. Hope there's no screaming on the other end. And take Ardala back out of the maze.
This structure is very interesting.
Yes, I am a descendant of Xavier. Architecture, constructing things, making things is in my blood. You know, I am Slip. Not because I'm covered in butter and sliding down a hallway away from the Second Inquisition. A slip is a piece of clay that one places on a rotating disc to craft things. And there are places that I and my kind cannot go, but wherever my coterie goes, the people I care about, They have my things so that I may assist, protect, and be their sword even when I am not there.
You'll see, like, Ardala taking it in. She doesn't say anything, but she has a very faint smirk on her face.
I especially like to make weapons.
Well, Slip, it has been a pleasure and unexpected good surprise to be working with you. I have been mostly around my people for a long time, but I am glad and pleased to see others like-minded outside of my usual circles.
I agree. I'm glad to have you. I'm glad to have most of the coterie, in fact. Even Rummy, I'm glad to have Rummy. Rummy's problematic, but we'll work on that in a constructive way, hopefully. Mostly got to stop her from wilding, but, we'll get there. We'll get there.
I believe so, in a way or another.
One way or another.
I'll extend a hand to shake
Ooh.
on it.
Oh, hell yeah, I'm shaking.
Oh my god, this fox. Get off of me.
You guys would come out to Acheron feeding a unnaturally large Venus flytrap from a bucket of meat.
Jesus.
Just in like the meeting room is just like feeding their their Venus
God.
flytrap.
Did you get that beef stew from Barry's buckets or like your own?
Oh my
Still
run
might
a-
be
I run a
still might be
garden.
people, huh? Still might be people, huh? God
Takes
bless.
a sip of what looks like steaming vitae, just just
right.
batting their eyelashes at you innocently.
Mhm.
Me, I'm just a gardener. Very that vibe.
Word.
It's this Flintstone style Venus flytraps just like, give me the meat, give me the meat, give me the meat.
No, it's very like so like normally, right, Venus flytraps are only about this big, especially if they're potted. They're not very, very large, but this is like at least torso size Venus flytraps that are in like a heavy clay pot that are being fed at this moment. And you can see just like vitae is like dripped onto the leaves and whatnot. So it looks a little weird, looks a little funky. But yeah, so Acheron is just feeding. Had a nice conversation.
Yes, actually, very nice.
Yes, I would say so.
Right, so here's the thing. I'm fucking starving.
Oh.
So,
I could use a bite as well.
Good.
I have a business, Adala, to which I handle blood, vitae, for those kindred in need of it. Do you have a preference? And must it come from a vein?
I have this little... no game per se, but I like to do things my way. I like to go and investigate the resources myself.
Well, depending on your specific preference, I can point you in the direction of a source. that you might have interest in?
Well, either way, like I said, I have a panache for people that are one step here and one step in the next life. I like to offer them the relief of death myself.
Right then. Yes, there's a quick question for the ST in congruence with that. So because of this business that Acheron has, they would be, I think, just kind of keenly aware of places that they could take from that wouldn't cause too much of a, like, people are missing, right?
There is certainly a hospice in Oxford. Most certainly.
Right. So whatever that hospice name is, Acheron will give that to Ardala and say that they've got quite a few that wouldn't be missed should they go suddenly.
Oh, that is usually my hunting ground, actually.
Ah, wonderful. All right then. Perhaps we go on a little hunting trip before tonight's escapades.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Need to freshen
Has
up
anyone
a bit.
seen?
So
Has anyone seen Hatfield?
I saw them last night and then walked them back out of the tunnels right before, sleepy time, I assume. They're back in their room, I think, but not since we played some video games last night.
Cue the sound of something crashing above us. No, Acheron will then say, right, well then we better go and wake them. It is strange that they're not up yet. And Acheron will go to what is Ebony's room and like pause briefly before knocking on the door to listen.
Whoa.
Uh-huh.
You approach Hatfield, first presumably, in Ebony's room. As you approach the door, for a moment you can hear Hatfield in deep conversation with himself. Hardly anything to worry about for a kindred, especially a Bruja. And then you rap gently, rapping upon the chamber door.
Hatfield?
Fine. Yep.
You want some milk?
Right?
Through the
Should we
door,
come
you
in?
could feel the expression on Hatfield's face.
Oh, shit.
So we shouldn't come in. Okay, all right, right. Okay, all right. At a scale of 1 to 5, 5 being the absolute fucking worst outcome, where are we at?
In what way?
Murder? On a scale of 1 to 10, how's your murder feeling right now? Wait, are you angry or hungry?
That's a good question, Slip, and I think the answer's yes.
Okay, do you like your rats with little shoes or little hats?
They don't eat rats, Slip. They eat
could.
us.
They could. Oh, that's fucking... Jesus Christ.
It is at this point that you notice once more the pitter-patter of Mr. Scruffles running between your feet in and out, except this time he holds a blood bag, unmarked, in what's left of his mandible.
You're nasty, but I'm gonna take that, thank you. Alright, Hatfield.
Useful. I don't know why you don't like him.
It smells like a butthole. Hey, Hatfield, back away from the door. Like, as far as you can get from the door, please. Please, it's your friend Slip. I'm asking you as a favor.
Footsteps isn't quite the right word, but it's not stomping, it's just heavy footsteps away from the door.
Okay.
They've already got their boots on.
I'm gonna
open the door and toss the blood bag at them and go, woo! And then shut the door as fast as I can. There you go!
Is it the kind that they need?
I don't fucking know.
Amazing! I love that we're just tossing in fucking bags of blood. All right, no,
Hey,
Yeah,
if
thanks
it's
for
not-
just yeeting a random fox blood bag. Like, who knows where it got that thing?
I don't know. We're gonna find out.
You about to give me the blood
Right.
plague? Like,
Probably not.
yikes!
you don't know that.
Look,
Do you want-
just
do you wanna-
just
You want me to take it back?
have a sip. No, stop it. Have a sip, Hatfield. See how it
Yeah, no,
feels.
Hatfield-
If you want to vomit, then it's the wrong kind.
Yeah, no, none of this comes out of Hatfield's mouth. This is running through Hatfield's head, but I think Hatfield's too hungry to, say no to a gift blood bag.
Yep. And you'll be able to satiate a small bit of hunger. Slake one hunger as you drink this raw, unrefined blood. It's not stale so much as it's not fresh from a vein, but beats nothing. And then that
Just
voice once more
How you
cracks
doing?
through your skull. Invite Slip in. He has something very
Oh.
intelligent to say.
Oh shit.
Now is not the time. I am not.
Just Slip.
You shut up.
You shan't
I
fear
feel-
just a single Nosferatu, surely, Hatfield.
Oh.
Could you just? Would you just stop? Just give me a little bit of peace.
Invite Slip in, and I can.
I'm full pressed to the door, ear to the wood, just... How we doing in there? We doing
It's
good?
probably-
The traditional
It's probably
Slip
a
finger
Scooby-Doo
wiggle.
moment.
The finger wiggle
It's
against the
probably
wood.
a Scooby-Doo moment that like both Slip and Akron are like with fucking a dollar behind us.
Peering through the keyhole, and Hatfield's, talking out loud. And there's just a moment, like, if you
Right.
are peering through a crack in the door or whatever, if nothing else, you'll hear a couple of steps that wagging the finger at the non-existent person, just futile gesture towards threatening. Being stubborn for the sake of being stubborn.
Oh god, okay.
Hatfield.
Well,
Did it help?
A little.
So I need to get more. Okay,
All
okay,
right.
we're doing well. We're doing well.
All right.
Can we
Fine.
come in?
Doors open.
All right. I'm gonna open the door very gingerly and just push it so it swings dramatically. Hey, Hatfield, how we doing, buddy? Good.
By the time the
yeah.
door opens, Hatfield has gone back to the customary spot against the wall, arms crossed. This time, not out of any deference, but like my hands are to myself. I swear.
Mm-hmm.
Step in
Akron will
slowly.
stay by the doorway.
I'll step in slowly and kind of look around. You
So,
Nothing's out of place in the room. Hatfield hasn't had any kind of bourgeois resolution, i.e. smashing the place.
Yeah, no.
all right.
The meltdown is not yet here. Although
How's it
Hatfield nails are kind of like arms are crossed, but nails dug into bicep, eyes twitching a little bit. Hatfield is tense is a good word for it. Tense is a word.
And of course,
correct me.
The most out of place thing in Ebony's room is Ebony's very grand, very decadent, obviously expensive vanity mirror and attached desk for shelf with makeup on that probably has names that I don't know.
Shiv. Correct me if I'm wrong, but to my knowledge, from both the previous campaign, the way that all worked, and the testing we've done recently, A kindred cannot give another kindred the blood plague. Yes? It's got to come from a mortal?
As far as you know.
All right.
You know how you can test that? Give Rami your blood.
You know what you're going to do to get that, Rami. That's all. The ball's in your court on that one, Rami.
I guess we'll never know.
Hatfield.
Amazing.
Yeah.
My old sire had the blood plague, and when I tell you a lot of the coterie ended up feeding off of her because, kindred are out here being wild. None of them ever got sick. If you would like, I can provide you some of my blood for your consumption in a cup at room temperature. I've done it before. I'll do it again. After all, you are my friend. And if you're willing to try it, I'm happy to provide for you.
Gestures appreciated, but I don't know.
The back of Slip's mind, he just hears, Slip, you know damn well you shouldn't be sharing your blood with anybody.
You're a snitch! Get out of here!
Special. So special. It was just for me.
So, that is just an offer for you. Let it simmer. You want it? I'm here. If not, I get it.
That's
Put it in
what
a
Slip
cup.
says to all the girls.
Not a little of the
Boy.
tension
That's true.
does seem
That's
to
true.
fade.
Yeah, in a cup, no bond. Just sip on it as you like. In fact, I could take a collection if you'd like. A little bit of that, a little bit of A, a little bit of B.
Accidental
We've done
Voldry.
that before too. Yeah, accidental heresy. Who never hurt anybody.
I mean, I'll tell you, none of you is the boss.
Yeah.
Do you miss her?
So,
Nod.
well, we'll get her back. Probably in some capacity eventually.
Even if we've got to pry her from Mother Superior's hands.
Well, maybe we wait
She
till
doesn't need those hands.
Maybe we wait till I've got domain before we start pissing in other people's bowls of cereal, eh? Maybe. So, that is what I'm offering, and if you don't want it, that's cool, but it's gotta be somebody. It's gotta be somebody, bud. She is not here right now. It's gotta be somebody.
Reluctant nod.
I can provide rats to anyone who's capable of eating rats, and they can provide if they volunteer. But, Barry's not here. Barry's not here. And that leaves me to hold you back, or Ardala to chop arms off. Here's the thing, right?
I can certainly help.
Yep.
Well...
I mean, Slip, you are pretty good at holding things back, like...
Briefly, and then my bones start popping out of the joints, but you're right. I could hold you in time. Yeah, maybe. Can I introduce you in a little cuppa? Little cuppa slip. It is the best. It is the best part of waking up, I have been told.
Didn't you want to talk about something yesterday? You wanted to talk about something, and it seemed important, and I couldn't do that because.
Yeah, not while you're fucking hangry. You're gonna break my fucking neck.
then you gotta break my neck and drink all of me, alright?
Slip!
Akron is just holding
Hatfield
a
is
cup.
Bruges. That's a constant possibility.
Yeah, but
Hunger
that
for or
Hatfield's
not.
expression right now is just the like, what are you talking about? I'm always angry. Like,
no, we can mitigate this with a nice warm cup of slip.
That is my secret, Cap. I am always angry. So Akron will like provide cup, just like it slowly goes into both Slip and Hatfield's line of vision. Just
oh shit! Look at what is that, Hatfield?
a hand is rubbed down face, just exasperated. The hunger is at war with the, but I don't wanna.
right.
All right, let's have a seat. Come on, let's have a seat. I'll grab the cup and go sit on Ebony's bed. Pat
Really,
it.
when you think about it, it would be better for Ebony to return with you at peak performance rather than on razor's edge of possibly killing her and everyone in the coterie.
Yeah, because there's a pretty good chance when she comes back, she will be brought by her mother.
And I'm like already at a absolutely fuck not with that woman. So I think only one of us at a time can be at that level of rage, you know?
I mean, I'll tell you, I'm pretty much always there.
Right. Sure.
Right, but I just think that like it would be very poor impression or someone who refers to you as a dog, a rabid dog actually, for them to walk in with Ebony and then that rage win and then suddenly you're consuming Ebony or one of us or Mother Superior herself. It would just, there's a lot of layers of problems that could happen that we can mitigate with this cup of slip.
It goes down smooth. It's got an earthy flavor to it. A little nutty.
You know, the more you talk, the less appealing it sounds, Slip. Like,
Well, that's fine, but
like I understand the points you're making, and I get they're good points, but like on a visceral level.
sure.
Well, how would you feel if you closed your eyes and then you won't see it and you just drink? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then,
You want a
then
crazy straw? Make it wacky. Make it anarchist shit. Just a crazy straw, right?
Hatfield! Fury Frenzy for me, please. Difficulty 2.
Okay.
Too much attention, too much babying. You're a fucking Bruges. You're a fucking blood god. This is fucking...
You people
You're not
have
a
no faith in me.
Just fucking
So
drink
is that
me.
to the modifier? Is that where I add the difficulty thing, or does that come later on the clicking?
It'll come later in the clicking thing. It should come up with a difficulty after the modifier.
Okie doke. Difficulty 2, you said?
Yes, please. Hatfield, the beast inside of you is obviously screaming inside of your skull. What the fuck are these two fucking playing at? You are a fucking Bruges. You could rip Slip's fucking head off and drink every bit of his blood right now if you so wished. And he's babying you. He's got you sat on his lap. He's patting you down, trying to... What the fuck? Who does he think he is? And this is quite obvious that you are keeping this beast at bay, but he's pushing his luck. But you are able to keep control of yourself and not unleash your righteous fury upon him.
No, but that's exactly the point we were making.
All right.
You know, I am in control here, believe it or not. I'm not some mad dog.
No,
Right.
I know.
You're not. That's
Yeah,
the point.
Neither am I, but I still lost it all over Barry that one time. But, point taken, let's go have the chat, or we can do something else if you prefer.
You said you wanted to talk about stuff. Let's talk about stuff. Let's just get down to the brass tacks, get it over with.
Sure, let's go. And I will begin headed to my maze.
You don't want to go to the Betrayal Garden?
We could go to the Betrayal Garden. You want to go to the Betrayal Garden, guys? It's very seasonal.
Sure. Yes,
Gotta
come
be
on. I've
betrayal.
put se-
Of course,
I've put
you've
seats
never
in.
been to them. Yeah, there's
No,
a place
come
for
now.
us to, there's a place for us to squat in the bushes and whisper. It's very nice.
It's got benches now. You don't need to squat in the bush.
Well, yeah, but I'm built like a fucking goblin, so I like to squat.
Understood. There's still a spot for you should you want to squat in the bush.
Perfect.
So we got we just have a betrayal garden.
It's not.
Well, it's a-
look.
It's that's a joke between me and Acheron, but it's not an
Yes,
actual.
yes.
But
It's just a garden.
you know, Slip. You understand? I'm looking you in the eyes here, and I'm hearing you say the words betrayal garden, and you're the one who's been most vocal about us getting Rami'd.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
you
we-
see what I'm getting at here?
That's the joke.
That's
Has Rami been to the trail garden?
Yes.
fuck yeah. We squat in a
Okay.
bush recently. Yeah.
Guess I'm just missing out. Let's go squat in a bush. Okay, sure.
Well, that's because it's squatting in a bush isn't your vibe, you know? Not unless it's like before a break-in, but this is like, you know.
But
Hatfield,
also,
if you don't break his fucking neck off, I fucking will if we don't get to this garden.
we're already on our way. We're moving, so maybe be patient, Mithras.
I will say, there was a moment of
Already moving.
Hatfield, like, raising the finger, opening the mouth, halfway turning as though to yell at thin air, and then being like, no, actually, I agree with you this time, and just keep walking.
We are like out the door as Mythos wants to cop a tood. We are already there.
There sounded like there was resistance.
All right, so we're in the garden, and you guys see it's grown a lot since the last time you saw it. There's obviously like hedge, fucking bush situation with a lot of flowers, and all of the plants have in common the fact that they are just a little bit too big in comparison to their sort of normal counterparts. And it's just this very beautiful garden with a plethora of poisonous and carnivorous plants. You
There
can
is a-
see that the... Oh, go ahead, yeah.
There will remain a very small section that no matter how much you work on it, Akron, nothing. Only dead trees are growing there.
Yeah, like cursed ground almost. Mm-hmm.
As if
And-
the earth was
and-
salted, but it hasn't been. But some,
Right.
only dead trees
Right,
grow
it's
there.
infected. Yeah. So you will see that like Acheron has like almost decorated that section so that it's still the same vibe of the rest of the garden, but it is very clearly set apart. Where it's just the dead trees, and you can see there's like these really pretty string lights that are throughout it, little fairy lights that are up in the branches to make it less awful looking. And there's there's sort of like a gazebo-esque space where there's benches and like a table and thing for people to sit. And Acheron will sit there and pat a chair for you guys to join. Well, come on.
Dead patch over there. Is that where the Tremere got all teleported away?
Yeah, I've been considering it could be. Yeah, I can't make anything grow there, which is, very strange considering my capabilities with the earth.
Yeah.
And I look.
Feel free. Only these dead trees seem to want to grow here, so.
I guess
So
that's
that
their
someone asked, look, Ardala, this
Mhm.
patch of ground, it's not a huge patch of ground, maybe... no, this is a massive piece of ground. It's 5 foot. Hail to my short kings. Thank you, we're brothers. Massive, fucking humongous 5 foot by,
Right.
I don't know, 5 foot, fuck it. And it's just dirt. Couple of dead trees that do seem to be strangely growing. And it is directly underneath the moon. There is nothing triggering your sense of the unseen, however.
Okay.
Well, I just
Basically,
heard
this is
them
the ST's way
mentioning
of saying-
about like possible Tremere disappearing there in that space.
Yeah, I think like Acheron would tell you, we don't know if it was within the haven itself. or out here near these trees that they manage their little disappearing act. But no matter what I do to this earth, these trees will grow. But as you can see, they are quite dead.
Could I perhaps, Shiv, do something to, like, maybe, I don't know, look? Or, like, study the place and kind of see if there's any markings or any strange...
There's nothing out there. It's just a strange...
occult strangeness? No.
Strange dead patch of ground. Seems slightly colder, I guess, but there's no need to go investigating into this. This is literally just my aesthetic choice.
Okay.
I've even tried dropping just a little vitae on the spot, and nothing's happened. So I don't know what the fucking Tremere did, but they fucked up this bit of land. So it's another point against them, quite frankly.
So, Hatfield.
Yeah.
Mithras, is it possible for us to extract Mithras from you and return him to the walking and the waking world?
Akron raises a brow.
He says, yeah.
I think we need to do that, Hatfield. Not just get him out of you, but because I think he will return to power here on the island very easily. A lot of kindred, a lot of very smart, powerful kindred would appreciate that greatly. And you will have probably the closest thing you will get to freedom. And that goes for all the other independents here as well.
I know that my people would be happy to aid in this process.
ST. In my occult knowledge, would I have run across anything speaking of a kind of, for lack of better terminology, of like a resurrection ritual that would be applicable to Mithras?
Intelligence and occult, please. It's a fairly difficult role, but let's find out.
Okay. Do I risk it for the biscuit?
I mean, I could also aid you or do it also myself.
Just say.
We're gonna risk. Because this is worth it.
For flavor, as the conversation's going on, like Hatfield, the mask of rage just slipped a little bit. Hatfield actually looks their age, which is not old.
Can I add a +1 for Ardala's help?
Absolutely.
The youth and experience and overwhelm is showing.
We are going to use... We're gonna reroll for 3. All them damn dice. Okay. It's a 5. 5 successes here. And I imagine like Acheron is like thinking back through like Samitsi, their sire's like long, occult knowledge that was gifted to them, and just like going through that knowledge there.
You attempt to search through your mind. Being so organized, it is almost as if you are searching through a filing system, going through these things constantly, but nothing is coming up that is immediate to you that could help with this. You've not heard of this kind of thing before, and the beast inside of you is screaming at you. You know that there must be something. There must be. There has to be, but you just simply don't know. And you can no longer use teamwork. perform any action that avoids establishing dominance or challenging authority at a 2 dice penalty to all of your pools. This compulsion will end when you have won and gloated over it. You are suffering from the dominance compulsion.
Adala, is there any, I don't know, some books your people might have of blood sorcery? Or something of that nature? Because it is going to require very extensive, complicated ritual. And a body.
That can be arranged. We do have our personal occult library, from which I have been studying for years.
You'll notice, like, Akron has sort of this, suddenly has this, like, aggravated expression, and there's, like, a twitching in the muscles of their face. Mostly due to the fact that they do not have that knowledge. And it's like showing their frustration in that moment. I had a thought and I just lost it. Right, because not only will we need that information, but there will be a body necessary. Pandera spoke of bringing Slit to a meeting.
The body is not that complicated to retrieve. It is probably the least of our problems. What could be challenging is to find a tome that includes such rare and complicated ritual. I do know that there is something that we could possibly work into making this a reality, but I personally do not have the knowledge myself.
I have a contact at the Hakata who may be able to lend their own expertise and assistance to this endeavor as well.
I was going to suggest that as well. I believe from what I had heard many years ago on the passing, it requires more people. It is not one sorcerer that will be needed. We will need more.
Right. Of course. Because nothing is ever simple.
Not something
my only gripe.
grandiose.
Right. My only issue here is there is no guarantee that, well, I suppose Mithras could answer this question, that should we remove him from you, if you will survive, there may be no you after.
You know, that has been a concern of mine.
Does he have anything to say about it?
If you find someone who is unskilled to perform the act, then yes, we would both be annihilated.
Oh yeah, no, apparently we'll... If it doesn't go right, we'll just both explain. It's fine, yeah.
Oh! Really
Well,
do love
this
that
isn't-
risk.
This isn't something we're going to hop to and do next Thursday. This is going to be a process that we will work towards for years, if we must, to get right the first time. Especially with the resources and the assistance of the Banu Hakim.
My brothers and sisters would never risk Mithras's essence to be lost, since it is here now.
They would risk Hatfield.
And of course, if Hatfield does not wish to pull the trigger on this, we can't force you. But
The problem is that there is a chance of it going wrong, and if it is going wrong, it will go wrong for both of them.
yes,
There is no risking Hetfield's on life unless we're risking Mithras's as well. I do agree with
Yes.
Flip here.
and I don't think, and Mithras can see and hear everything you do. He will be the one who lets us know when we have what we need. He will be the one to make the final choice on who Hatfield and Mithras together will judge everything we do, because I don't think Mithras is going to lie to you about any of this, but in particular, things that will risk his existence.
I agree.
There's a sound like metallic grinding again, that comes from Akron before they get up angrily and sort of walk towards just a farther edge of the garden itself, and they're just this like under their breath curse of fucking Canaanites and like barely contained rage. Not frenzy level rage for the ST, just normal kindred level rage. Very specific.
Right, you're not a bruiser.
right.
Hatfield's
I
just
will lose my
quiet
shit.
and looks tired more than anything at the moment.
So, we will begin building towards this, but it won't be until you and Mithras together decide for us to undertake the final actions. But I'm sure you wish to be free of him. And we will make damn certain that we are ready.
Believe it or not, I'm not loving the whole starting every day yelling at thin air.
I know.
I find it quite thrilling.
But is this something you would be interested in, Hatfield? In theory? In practice?
In theory,
Yeah,
I mean, I want the guy out of my head, and I don't think we're getting rid of him any other way.
okay.
Hetfield,
Yeah.
would it be amiable for you if one of my people talked to Mithras?
Let me get back to you on that.
We discussed that one in private, Hatfield.
I gotta have a conversation or two myself first.
Ooh, would you
Before
like
I
us
go
to leave?
spreading this. At the moment, I'm still figuring it all out, but like, you know, I'd appreciate just in general terms if before this gets too far from this circle, like,
Sure.
I don't want to pull the
Sure.
trigger on anything too soon, because once the cat's out of the bag, it's gonna go running.
Sure.
I just would like to address Mithras right now and say that many of my brothers and sisters here still hold you to the highest regards. We do remember the rapport that you had with our ancestor, and we're grateful for it.
The child of Hakim have always held great honor and respect in my own place. At least these modern knights, they haven't strayed too far. You may inform
I'll tell you, he
us
finds
of
your
this.
words acceptable.
I think upon hearing the words that Ardala says, you guys just hear the sound of like root and dirt and whatnot being like ripped from the ground, and you just see Akron like it looks like they're furiously pulling weeds, but they're actually like
Grass gardening.
really destroying a plant, like just really fucking up a plant. Just like, ripping apart. It's like it's not great what's happening in the corner of the garden.
If you would like, at this point, I may contact the Hakata I mentioned earlier for a conversation to see if they would be willing or able to assist.
They know Hatfield.
Taps head. He says he doesn't wanna.
Oh, well, far be it from me.
You cannot trust many kindred. The child of Hakim, I can have faith in. The Hakata,
Oh yeah, no.
questionable.
Apparently trusts your folk, gesturing towards Adala, but the not so much everybody else in these modern nights.
The more people know, the more that could be potentially targeting you.
Yeah, no, I did just say that. Once the cat's out of the bag, it's gonna go running.
All right, we'll hold off on that for now. And yeah, all right, let's see what we can do.
Just say it's probably at this point that Hatfield's phone, that thing that barely exists, it makes some sort of noise. Hatfield glances at it and then just suddenly leaps up. Just like new energy. Oh, we gotta go pick up the boss!
Oh, shit! From where?
Oh! Wonderful, let's fucking go. Hopefully the mother's with her. And Acheron is like out from the garden, like before anyone else is already fucking like, let's go.
Picking up who? And Acheron, are you alright?
Remember when I said I'm fucking hungry, yeah? So I'm starving.
Oh my god.
And I'd like to rearrange the mother's face, quite literally.
I mean, hey! You and me both.
Alright. Whose car are we taking?
My
Probably
car,
the
let's
nice
go.
one. Probably the nice. Oh my god. How is Persephone doing? Just walking in, just making small talk, trying to change the subject.
She's busy.
Just all the
shit,
fatigue,
that's fair.
all the exhaustion is dropped from Hatfield's haste. Hatfield is vibing.
Yeah, you can see like Acheron's shoulders are hella tense, and like when you mention Persephone, there's like the body itself doesn't change, but like the smile that's there is sort of twisted in this like grin, like a sadistic. You know what? Best way to echo this is to echo the picture of that guy with the horrible smile. That's the sort of smile that comes on Acheron's face when they say that Persephone's busy.
No problem.
And then opens the car door.
And of course, you're going to pick Rami up on the way, just like, get in the car, come on, bitches, we're going to go murder a nun.
I assumed that Rami was with us and just like observing. But like, yeah, we would totally be like, Rami, let's go.
Yeah, I should absolutely nothing out of that conversation.
Yeah.
The
earpieces were in the whole time, even if she
yeah,
wasn't,
they
like,
were
there.
in. Yeah, and anything, even if she wasn't there, all you would hear through the headpieces were probably like folk music while she was working.
Hatfield, grin on the face, springing the step back,
shout
runs
down
to the car.
Shout down to Rami's lab. Rami, we're leaving. Come on.
Once Hatfield runs for the car in an attempt to help Hatfield get some of that energy out, I will try to race Hatfield to the car like I'm a fucking child.
Oh yeah, we are on. Hatfield's got the zoomies, you kidding me?
Two kindred running in the night.
You enter inside of Acheron's vehicle, each taking a seat. Slip, of course. Certainly.
I would like to give Acheron one of those like blood popsicles that we got from Olivia, because I still have 2 and I haven't eaten them, and I believe Acheron can have them.
Yes, I can.
Yeah.
And like faster than you could like speak as you're all. It's like already in Akron's hand, and they're just like and fucking moving. The stick of the popsicles just sticking out.
Yep.
As they basically
You may slake
feed
one
their
hunger.
popsicle of blood. Huh.
And you get the joke on the stick that says, "Why are there no painkillers in the jungle?" Because the parrots ate them all.
Okay. I'll accept that.
And you take the vehicle off the courtyard, the night echoing with the sound of the engine and loose pebbles crumbling under the car's tyre as it echoes into the night. And at this point, we will take a break. As Akron hopes to not get a bad habit of killing nuns.
No promises.
Church of St. Gregory and St. Augustine, parking up on the side road opposite the attached orphanage, where they can already see the familiar and unmistakable visage of Mother Superior. Despite never having met her, with the exception of Hatfield, the coterie recognize her from their vision before. A woman dressed in mockery of a woman of faith, her face hidden behind a mask and her imposing figure still as death itself. What would you all like to do?
We're parked nearby, you said?
Parked along the small side road off the main road. Mother Superior waiting outside the small attached building, the church and orphanage behind her. She is standing on the footpath awaiting you.
Akron resists the urge to pull out the gun from underneath their seat and start shooting, but
I'll say Hatfield actually hops out of the car first and opens the door for the others, preemptively slipping back into servant mode because Mother Superior will expect that.
I think with that, Akron raises a brow, but doesn't stop Hatfield or whatever, and will step out of the car. But their eyes never leave Mother Superior. They're looking her dead in the eyes as he removes himself from the car.
Yeah, I'll slide out of the car and wait for the others to assemble also, and then head over.
Yeah. We'll walk. Oh, I will say preemptively in the car, underneath their leather jacket, Akron would have used their vicissitude and created the bone blade out of their hand.
Rouse check for me, please.
Yeah, okay.
Question for you, Shiv.
Might have an
Based
answer, depends on the
on
question.
so Slip's pretty aware of the political climate right now and very into the maps and layouts of the domains right now. Are we on ground that would be Mother Superior's domain specifically?
It would be a safe
Does she
bet.
have domain?
It would be a safe
Okay,
bet that
all right.
if she's going to have domain over anywhere in Oxford, it would be this church.
Okay. Then, in accordance with the traditions, when Slip arrives, he will bow to her. Thank you for receiving us.
She'll give a small nod of recognition. So, you must be Ebony's little friends. And you must be Slip. Unmistakable.
Yes.
How dear. Come. Inside, let us have some privacy. The warrior nun doesn't wait for a reply. Simply turns, entering into the small, squat building that runs along the church. You all follow behind, apprehensive, but with little choice, aside from Hatfield, who seems oddly enthusiastic. You find the small building is warm from the night air seeping in, backless benches lying against the long walls. Hatfield already sat down next to a thick oak door that connects to the church itself. Mother Superior nowhere in sight, presumably on the other side of the door. Would you all like to talk while you wait, or do something else?
I have a question for you. Is my compulsion still going?
No. That ended with the scene change. I'm sorry.
Why are you
Because
Okay,
I didn't
that's
say earlier.
Okay, so I'm not contending with the compulsion. Okay. Yeah, Acheron will not sit, will be standing. And will be standing very near the door. I don't like it here.
Oh.
A wordless little nod from Hatfield, but Hatfield is still just like bouncing slightly in the seat, just hyped.
Ardella just like kind of like smiles at that and just not saying anything.
Mm-hmm. So what's in this room?
It's mostly empty, rough-cut stone walls that are extremely uncomfortable sat on those. Do you remember, I don't know if you had these in your school, but in my school there were these fucking shitty backless benches that were about a foot off the ground to humiliate children and remind them of their place that adults, tell them to be seen and not heard and that kind of thing. That's lining the walls, and there's roughly cut stone, uneven tiled floor alongside a very thick oak door.
So no like decorations or
There'll be
idolatry.
There is a crucifix, a very graphic
Amazing.
crucifix in the true Catholic style.
Nailed to the wall,
Hanging off a nail on the wall.
I am going to tip it over so that it is upside down.
Of course.
I'm upset. I said I don't like it here. Okay.
I was expecting you to steal it, to be quite honest.
I did.
Listen.
Acheron,
Yes.
please put that back.
No.
I'll just scratch my arm where the mark is.
Ooh, I want to punch him in the mouth. I am so upset right now. Instant regret. Amazing how he's gonna end up with a Bible in his teeth. Okay, so Acheron, I think, like glares daggers into him. Oh man,
Thank you.
this sucks, bitch.
Thank you. Thank you.
She hasn't done it. I'll tell you what. She hasn't done it yet. And that is when the door opens with a clunk and Mother Superior leads Ebony out. Ebony remains in total silence as you all look upon Ebony now in her own mask, her head down staring at the floor, her hair, if she is wearing any, hidden beneath habits similar to Mother Superior's, but marks her out as not taken the habit fully yet. Her usual flowing clothing replaced with tightly fitting black clothing akin to what Mother Superior herself wears. She looks at the upside down cross, and then at Acheron. Cross of St. Peter. I had no idea you were a believer. Anyway. There now. You have my Ebony back. As you can see, she has never been better. Isn't that right, Ebony?
Yes, Mother.
Now, before you go, remember what I said to you, Ebony. No more crying. You're a big girl now.
Yes, ma'am. Of course, Mother Superior.
You won't disappoint me again, will you?
I wouldn't dream of it.
Wonderful. Now, you go play Blue Blood with your little friends. ears and make sure I only hear good things about you from Pandora. Unless any of you desire something of me, then I shall take my leave. I have important matters to attend to.
I do not personally wish to take up your time. Thank you for allowing us to receive Ebony.
Take your time.
Click sound in the back of fucking Acheron's throat before they like fix the cross. Ooh, I'm so tempted to break it. Okay, fixes the cross, and then will go up to Mother Superior and say, I imagine you are a woman of considerable knowledge, specifically in history. I'm wondering if perhaps you are familiar with this individual. And I will pull out the picture of the man with the horrible smile and show it to her.
What a disgusting smile. Where did you find it?
On an investigation for Pandora. Found it in a seemingly abandoned building.
Well, naturally you asked Pandora first, and she had no idea, of course.
She seemed in a hurry, as if she had other business to attend to, but she is my next stop.
I do not concern myself with individual archons. Pandora would.
Understood. And like the look I give her is the coterie knows that I do not feel this way, right? But the expression and like the look is very much like maybe a little like lustful, but not in a sexual way, if that makes sense. It's in that like
Murder lust.
you have great bone structure.
Looking
that
at
I'd
a double
like to
cheeseburger
rearrange.
with extra cheese, and you've just walked in after a cold, snowy day, and this cheeseburger's steaming away, and you're like,
Yes. Yes. So it's very that. Looking like from her feet to her head. And then we'll turn around and proceed to leave.
Mother Superior stands at the oak door as Ebony instantly, without word, opens it, stands to the side, allowing Mother Superior to glide past, as Ebony gently shuts the door behind the woman. What would you all like to do?
So the moment Mother Superior is gone, Hatfield, like, as quick as can move up to Ebony without running and just immediately, like, straightening the clothes, just really, like the dog when you get back from the grocery store. That kind of energy here.
I think Ebony looks up at, like, Hatfield and just gently touches Hatfield's arm and, like, looks where her hand is touching Hatfield. And just seems to, like, close her eyes for a second while gripping it. Like she's grounding herself. And she just sort of turns to everybody. We should get to the car. Now. We should not stay in here.
Nod.
When they all exit, I want to be the last person in there.
I'm gonna linger as well. I am fucking watching you! I'm watching you!
No, you're not. You're leaping.
No, I'm not!
I would
The
also
only reason Hatfield
linger
is not
back.
first out the door is
totally...
because we are in servant mode.
Yeah.
Oh my god, y'all are the worst. You won't let me live. Acheron sees these people acting this way and fucking is like, fucking, and rolls her eyes and leaves. Actually leaves this time.
Alright.
God damn it, just let me fuck up the cross, you sons of
No!
bitches. So upset. The last oath I fucking make. Anyway.
You head
go back
out
to
onto the
damn
warm
car.
summer night of the Oxford streets. Barely any traffic is about at this time of night, of course. No decent people, anyway. As you step into the car, Slip, your phone rings.
Oh, okay. That's not good. I'll answer it once I'm in the car only. Yes.
Get in the car. When I get in the car really quick, I'm fucking taking that fucking habit off of Ebony's head and I'm throwing out the fucking window.
When you reach for the habit, like you reach for it, Ebony grabs it and jerks away as quickly as possible. Like she's expecting you to hurt her.
I will put one hand on her, where her heart is, and I will remove it.
She is
looking
bold.
her dead in the eyes. That's fine.
Also, I would just for the record, Fields is on the other side, like arms around Ebony at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Just like fully like, you are here, you're back, don't leave again.
Oh, my heart. Yeah, I will fucking take that shit off. I'm gonna give Ebony a kiss on her forehead, and then as we're driving away, I'm chucking that shit out the window. Because you wouldn't let me have the fucking cross, so I'm gonna chuck it out the damn window.
The moral of this story is that littering is a bad habit.
It is a very terrible habit. Don't actually do that, okay? Akron's just upset. Don't.
Yeah, don't go around assaulting nuns. They've got enough problems.
Please don't do that. Don't do that, okay?
Not assaulting.
Slip, a somewhat familiar voice, a young man's voice, ekes out on the receiver of your phone. Hey! XX, definitely not a vampire 420 XX?
It's me, your boy. What's up?
Alright, so I looked into that company you mentioned, Osiris Chem.
Right.
Fairly new company, from Winchester. Specialize in
Oh my god, are you
If you
okay?
don't speak Tasmanian Devil, specializes in acquiring and distribution of biological agents and chemicals. I have the location of a local distribution hub for you. Like, they keep all their vans there. It's all one large, one-level building. Warehouse, office, storage, you know the thing. But there's an elevator and no second floor.
Dope. All right, give me two. Gel pen out. Little notebook out of the cuff pocket. All right, give me the address, boy.
And he
Lay it
gives you
on
the
me.
address. It's outside the city limits in the northeast. Are you up for the
Yes.
Eternal War Monarch 3 tonight?
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
You
Cool.
better
I've
have
been
my
watching
money.
you stream it over on twitch.tv/Cyprian Nosferatu. It's been great.
Uh-oh. Yep. Great. That is
You made me
Where
promise
I
not
do
to do that,
things-
but I couldn't resist. I'm sorry.
that is where I slip stream in the canon now. Yup. You got it. Buying that lore sheet after this. All right.
After, during that conversation, as I'm looking at Ebony, are there physical signs on Ebony of her treatment by Mother Superior?
She is. The best way to put it is when Mother Superior was around, she was like straight backed, more rigid than you have ever seen her move. The minute Mother Superior is out of sight, it's still rigid, like almost like she's stuck in it. But she's a little more sullen as she walks. She does not look up from the ground. And now that her habit's gone, she's pulled up a hood that's on the outfit she's wearing over just her, no wig having ass right now. But you do notice that the most important thing to her right now is that she has her hand over her mouth, holding the mask on.
Just want you all to know, I just got a PM from Slip. I'm opening it now, and I'm expecting a bollocking.
How could you do this?
Does the mask that you're wearing have like eye sockets where I can see your eyes?
Oh, it's like a black medical mask.
Ah,
It's like a half mask.
okay.
Yeah, think like that.
Can I read your mind?
Is that in character?
Yes. Well, I'm asking you out of game before I ask if I can roll for telepathy. That's why I'm asking you if I can read your mind.
Yeah,
Out
if Ronnie
again?
just came out and said that
Sure.
would get heck of a glare.
You're gonna have to convince.
Oh, I'm just gonna. It would be like a contested roll. That's why I was asking.
Oh, if you're just gonna go for it, then go for it.
Yeah.
Character-wise, person-wise, me, yes, go ahead.
Okay, cool. That's fine. By the way, I'm sorry.
Rouse check.
Yep.
1 willpower.
Yep.
Roll telepathy. Ebony, wits and subterfuge.
Wits and soul.
I rolled really bad.
Oh, wait, don't I have... Hold on, I gotta check something.
Do you have Unswayable Mind?
Yes, I do!
I'm gonna re-roll that.
Yeah, it's just add my fortitude to that.
I rolled so bad.
Oh, shit.
Show me Unswayable Mind, please.
That's not me.
Okay, so did you add your fortitude? You must have done because you've got the power. Sticking with it then,
Yeah,
Ebony?
Yeah, just I don't see any reason to reroll this, and I think this will be interesting however this goes.
Yeah. Oh, JJ, that's very polite of you. You don't need to ask them if they want the reroll. That's the point. It's there for you guys. Not. Very polite. You sweetie. Yeah, Rami, you're able to actually read Ebony's mind and extract these thoughts. What is it that Rami is going to be seeing, Ebony?
Is it like... Okay, I need to know, is telepathy like Ebony's current thoughts at that moment?
It's mostly like supposed to be surface thoughts. Maybe some like images. I didn't roll like super high for it, so I think just like currently how you're thinking, how you're feeling, because it's both emotional and thoughts.
Okay, I'd say on the emotion side, Ebony is... I don't know if numb is an emotion, but we're gonna go with numb. Just numb to everything.
And that's it.
That's
all you can get.
The current thoughts in Ebony's mind right now is like she's going over a memory of being hit in the face by Mother Superior.
Nope.
No? Oh, is that not it?
much.
You can't do that?
You get one
Even if
question.
It was going over...
For one success, one question.
There was a question you should have told me.
No. I'll tell you what. I will let Rami ask the question that she wants the answer to from me. Rather than... Because that was all a bit messy. It was the first time we've ever done any of that.
Yeah.
You get one question for one per success, you know? So, please, what question is it you want answered from Ebony?
I mostly just wanted to know how they were feeling right now.
Okay.
That's mostly it. I'm fine with that.
Numb and painful. Like they're in pain.
I think Acheron, in seeing their face covered, which like ever since they first met Ebony, that is something that is like super out of character for them to like hide their face. And I think really Acheron is like on this mission of everything that has to do with Mother Superior, I'm trying to strip you of it, like in this moment. Because fuck that lady. And so Acheron will reach out and begin to take the face mask off. But like the whole time is looking directly in Ebony's eyes. And if they're able to take it off, they will put their fingers beneath Ebony's chin and raise their chin up so they are holding their head high.
I'll say that Ebony...
The moment you get close to Ebony, there's a bit of a warning glare from Hatfield, but Hatfield doesn't move to stop you.
I say Ebony's shaking the whole time, and you will have to gently like pull on Ebony's hand because she's holding it. But I'd say she does relent. And the minute you get the mask off and you put your hand, like, and chin, pull it up, you're going to notice that there is a excessively brutal scarification that's occurred. It is starting at like the base of her lip, and it goes down her jaw, and it almost looks like it completely splits Ebony's jawbone. And there's like other gentle scarring near the mouth, like you would see if someone's mouth, like skull, was harmed, their jaw was harmed. And clearly this is a scar, so this was a process. This had to be done.
Right. No, absolutely. As a Samiti, I understand. Cool. Okay. Okay. I have a question, Shiver.
You have questions, I have answers. Let's make a deal.
So, Fury Frenzy, right? It would cause me to lash out on people in the car? Or is it more something that, like, I would have to mitigate my reaction towards the person I'm angry at?
Yes.
How does that
Towards
work
the object or
mechanically?
person that you are angry at. It would have to be destroyed or driven away.
Okay. So we are moving. We're in the car. We're fucking going. Yep. And I think that before it really gets to Fury Frenzy, you would see that like building anger. Like anyone looking at Acheron would see it on their face. And I will say to Slip, give me a reason to not go back.
Give you a reason to not go back. Sure. Well, I just got remember the van that mulched that young lady yester evening?
Yes.
So the name on the side of that van was Osiris Chem, and I know where the distribution hub is. Isn't that nummy? Of course it is out.
At that point, 1 second, because Ardella has just been sitting there and like looking at the situation without saying anything and just taking in this dynamic because this is a new person.
But then also, if you were to go back, you would only be harming Ebony. You will not accomplish anything you set out to do.
Nod.
So, also that.
Acheron, please.
Yes.
It's nothing to be mad at. It was only a matter of time.
Does not Fury Frenzy because hearing Ebony's voice. But what you guys do see is and Ardala pretty sure Rami was there and yes, Rami was there and Hatfield has only seen this once. And it is like almost like seeing what future Acheron would look like should they live long, right? Where their features kind of like spaz out and they look like in that way that elder Samitsi look, where like cheekbones and whatnot are all crazy looking, where they almost look alien, happens. So it's just like breaking bones, flesh, weird fucking moments where you're like, maybe an eye is about to fucking show on their shoulder. Like very weird Samitsi glitch moment. And then they come back to their form.
As if you didn't say the right words when you picked up the Necronomicon off the altar. Yeah.
Right, exactly. Almost as if they're like, as if their body is trying to burst out of their own skin. I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah.
Oh, it does. I've seen Evil
like,
Dead 3, yeah.
Yeah. And then suddenly like returns back to form and says, I will get her back.
Yeah, no, we're gonna be mad about it, but there's time enough for that later.
I will be patient. And I don't know if this is a thing in VTM, but essentially, like, if you could have a personally harbored grudge that is like a personal blood hunt, has
You're
now
a
been
fucking
made on Mother
Zemitzi. That is
Superior.
literally a Zemitzi thing.
Yeah. So,
there are Zemitzi that just
Yeah.
hold up in a fucking castle for like 1,000 years, sit there going, some bastard insulted my tie 1,000 years ago. Oh!
So that's the
Yeah.
story
So-
of Dracula. Got it.
Yeah, so
Dracula's a little
Zemitzi.
different in BTM.
Yeah,
I'll
so
do.
like grudge fucking unlocked, and this sort of like supernatural kind of this like supernatural marking on Mother Superior has now occurred. So like, marked for undead life. I will get
Right.
it back.
Well, the God, I'm probably the one driving, so I'll turn around the driver's seat. So the address of the distribution hub is outside of the city limits. Ardala, could you please ask your father for permission for us to go there to conduct our investigation?
Yeah. Could you drop me off? I have
How-
to talk about a few things with my brothers
Certainly.
and sisters.
To the Primogens lands, then. I'll put the car
I
into
would also
gear
suggest
and...
you all possibly trying to show the picture to Pandora.
Oh yes, we should definitely do that before the night is out.
Um,
If you'd like, I can drop you. I can drop you by your enclave, I suppose is the word, and then I can pop over to Elysium and pester Pandora, then swing back by and pick you up.
That sounds good.
Okay.
I didn't want to interrupt whatever was happening back there, but hello. I'm Ardala. I have joined this coterie for the time being.
Seems some stuff happened while I was gone. My name is Ebony. It's nice to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you as well.
Forgive me if I'm not talkative right now.
Sometimes having less words is better.
I think that's the lesson I was just taught, so.
I can see how that would be it, and I'm staring at your face and what you told us that it looked like. Yeah,
Ebony
it is
slowly
a-
reaches for the mask that was taken off and is bringing it back to put it back on.
Akron will not allow you to do that.
There's also that
is-
extra moment of Hatfield is still just like wrapped around Ebony. They're like, you gotta fight to get your arm back for a moment.
A lot of times we forget that talking is not necessary, but just hinders rather than help. And being angry for somebody to deal with their own is not something that you should carry on your shoulders, Acheron.
Akron does not know how to respond to that.
It is not your responsibility.
Ebony would fall under Mother Superior's domain and property. You understand property as a Zemitzi.
That is correct. That is
It sucks,
whatever
but
thing is happening over there.
it sucks, but
Oh boy. Okay. Oh boy. Okay. Ooh, child.
I bet you're thinking right now, you know what, that blood bond was actually probably better.
Ooh, child.
Just scratching my arm.
Samiti, Acheron is chilling at a cool 3 hunger right now.
We'll go back to
boy,
Pandora,
yeah.
and then you'll get food. It's fine.
I think that
That's true.
Acheron will simply crumple the mask in her hand, or in his hand, lean in his chair, back in his chair, and close his eyes, because Fury frenzying in the car is dangerous. Fury frenzying on a Banu Hakim is worse. So
Very
You
we
can
will simply
certainly try.
A very nice
we'll
car
just-
going down the freeway in the middle of the night just starts the jerking back and forth.
I think, like, because Acheron respects Ardala, but also is very much woof. This is a rough one, so we'll just close their eyes to the whole situation, so that
And
they
last
don't.
week, you were holding Ardala's coat.
I'm so sorry.
I
It's the truth.
But like the anger, that's the thing, is like the anger isn't actually at Ardala. You know what I mean? It's the concept itself, and then Slip trying to like use the Samitsi way against Akron is feeling several emotions that aren't great. So we're just gonna close our eyes to the whole scenario. I am no longer in this car with these people. Just eyes closed.
Slip. Absolutely no problem. You'll be able to arrive at Banu Hakim Haven, allowing Ardala, if she so wishes, to go in alone or with company. What would you like to do?
Oh, I think we leave her to her business. Or at
I
least
will be
think.
safe within the confines of my territory. I will wait here until you return.
We'll be
I will
quick.
have somebody keep an eye out and let me know as soon as you guys arrive back here.
Sure.
Eyes closed.
All right. Drive off.
Slip. Yep.
At
You make
normal
your way
speed
to
limit.
Elysium. But Ardala, they will stick with you for the time being. You enter into the Banu Hakim Haven. The man behind the reception area, of course, stands, gives you a gentle bow. You know that Kulal is already in session. Despite the misgivings of the clan, it is important that Kulal presents a face that is always there, always present, and allows that stability. You enter into the usual auditorium, and you see Kulal, the robed figure, underneath a spotlight, standing silently.
As per usual, I will do my usual things to,
Yep.
salute and present myself to the Primogen. Without saying a word, I will give Kulal my clipboard with all the notes taken from yesterday to today, so that he could scan everything that has transpired so far. And once I see that he is done taking in what I wrote, I will say, it has come to our attention that there is a facility outside of the city borders that might have some information, as you can see in the last bit of writing.
I see.
Um,
One question first, sister. This name, Ebony?
Ebony, yes.
Eb. Thank you. I shall send word to your sire that you are leaving the confines of the city. Naturally, of course, you shall be allowed. It is only a formality that I must request permission from the prince.
Absolutely.
But please,
And
you may go forth safely.
thank you. I also wanted to see if the tomes that I requested are available for me to take.
Of course, sister. They have been prepared for you. And he'll just click. It echoes through the auditorium. You hear bolts of a door open, the shuffling of kine, very nervously running forward, trying to keep their head down, not look you in the eye. They're not worthy of looking you or Kulal in the eye. And they present the tomes to you to take. They bow and shuffle away.
We'll take them and put them in my satchel. Another thing,
Yes, sister.
it has come to my attention that our revered Mithras could be perhaps be amongst us.
Surely you jest.
I do not.
This changes things. How? Where?
It appears that one of the coterie is harboring his essence within himself.
You have been blessed. Sister, this is a revelation.
It is.
Keep this to yourself for now. I shall inform those that need to know.
We were seeking perhaps a way of resurrecting. If that is possible, perhaps we have something in our library.
That is not blood sorcery that we would ever use. However, if there is ever going to be anyone that returns from the abyss, it would be Mithras, and he would put in measures to ensure it.
He did say that
sister.
he holds us the same honor that we give him. He trusts us, brother.
As well he should. I shall consult. I have an idea. But this is, forgive the pun, a ray of sunlight on a dark day.
I thought you would be pleased by these news.
I have work to do now, sister. This news is blessed.
I
Are you
understand.
hunger? Are you with hunger?
I am.
You may feed off the reception man when you leave. He likes it.
I might quell a bit of my hunger, but you know my tastes.
Yes. You need to visit the room, don't you?
I do.
Of course, sister.
Would it
It's
be
always
possible
open for
today?
you. Of course.
I bow deeply and I step back
As you
until
are leaving,
I'm far away.
just before you leave the auditorium, you will hear Kulal just say, "Praise the sun."
I
And of
don't say
course-
anything. I just go and take care of what I need to do in the room.
And you know what? I'm going to let you just slake 2 hunger. You may slake 3 if you so wish, but that will incur a humanity stain.
I just need. Well, I have
No roll
2
needed.
hunger.
No roll needed. It would be superfluous if it would be superfluous to make you roll for it. So I'm going to say you have an automatic success. Slake 2 or 3 hunger as you so wish, but do not go below 1. Meanwhile, with the spinning table of horrors logo, one day I might make that. At Elysium, the rest of the coterie have arrived. They head down into the main area, yielding any weapons as per usual. Pandora is in her scarlet-lit booth, watching over the entire scene like a hawk. Several Nosferatu are seated on their own. Lorvan, the seneschal, in a dark corner, reading his book. And one of the new hounds overlooking the entire area. What would you all like to do?
Akron, can I have my mask back?
Yeah, Acheron will give it back to you for sure.
Just say, like, though it is not possible to be moving and hugging Ebony at the same time, like, Hatfield
Oh, it is.
attempting
Trust me,
to
I've done it.
maintain-
It is if
Easily.
you carry Ebony. It is if you
By the way,
carry
at least at some point in that car, while Hatfield was hugging Ebony, look of confusion followed by immediately hugging back.
Like, Hatfield is not normally a touchy person, not at all. But, like, at the moment, it's like, no, we must maintain physical contact with the boss. Like, walking, but, like, holding hands at least. Like,
This is amenable.
I cannot imagine that some of you wish to talk to Pandora, so if you'd like me to go alone, I will need the picture.
I will go with you.
All
There he
right.
is. So, never mind about
All
it.
right. All right,
I-
fantastic.
Oh,
What would you like to do, Ebony? Don't push yourself. You've been through a lot.
I don't know if I'm prepared to see Pandora.
you know, we can stay back here. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, grab a booth.
There's-
Get some
there's a-
drinks, maybe.
There's a booth over there.
That's a good
And, like,
idea.
where Acheron indicates is a booth that's a bit shrouded in shadow. Like, obviously there's lights everywhere in here, but, like, one where the lights just kind of aren't so, heavy.
Yep.
To just allow Ebony some privacy.
Oh yeah, already headed there.
I think you're able to
I
find a
will
seat.
be,
Eventually the barman will shuffle over, ask for your orders as if, you're going to choose anything else but blood, and drop you off each a glass. You may slake 1 hunger each.
Acheron will go with Slip, but their step is like equal to Slip, so that they are both sort of right next to each other.
And as you approach Pandora, she will rise as usual. Beaming smile on her face. Come, sit. I see you've got Ventru back. What was her name? Epiphany?
Ebony.
That's it.
Child,
Yes.
do not fury frenzy in this fucking Elysium.
I will. I Flip will move to sit beside Pandora.
I will not. I will be sitting essentially across from Pandora.
How do
So
I
that
sit
there
by
is, like-
Acheron where Acheron can't get up and like attack someone?
I'm very like purposefully placing
Okay.
objects in the way of me. You know what I mean? So like a table and whatnot is in my way. I'm trying to be smart.
I'll come sit next to you. You're good.
Yeah. But yeah, I will make sure that where I'm seated, I'm across from her, but table between us.
So, to what do I owe this pleasure? 2 nights in a row. At your age, Slip, that's quite impressive.
Well, you know, questions for another day. Unless you would like me to answer.
Not really.
Right. We seek your counsel, as always.
And she'll have this beaming smile on her face, sitting back, grabbing her glass, as I say, oh, really? Well then.
Yes.
Drinks, then.
Please. We have asked this question of several other high-profile kindred, Primogen and domain holders alike.
And you
no
come to
results.
me last. I'm hurt.
We try not to bother you these nights with things we can take care of ourselves, but this is not one of them.
She's already indicated off to the bar for drinks to be placed in front of you, so everyone slake a hunger.
I feel you are owed some peace from us, you know.
If I didn't know any better, I'd say you were avoiding me.
Acheron is shooting back this blood like it's shots, man. It's just like...
You know I would love nothing more than to be in your presence. But to deserve to be in your presence is another matter.
And that is for me to decide, not you. I'm going to get far too into that. Let's move on.
All right, anyway, so about this Polaroid.
Acheron has never, I don't think, ever wanted to rearrange a face so bad than in this moment. With twitchy fingers, will grab the photo, place it on the table, and slide it forward.
That smile.
I know, right?
And say, apparently an Archon, but we come to you to find out exactly whom found this photo whilst on our investigations of what has been occurring.
An Archon in name, perhaps. He never actually qualified. He died on the night he was due to. Interestingly enough, to a Zemitzi. He was on a mission by the Inner Council. Him and his coterie were being assessed to be Archons. He was a fatality on the way. Lantre was his name. Tremere.
Aha. You don't suppose that he was consumed, do you?
Doesn't matter if he was or wasn't. The facility he was trapped in exploded.
Well, we are currently on the tail of someone who has just demonstrated an expert discipline with blood sorcery and flesh crafting, so it might.
We were told he did die to a very powerful Zemitzi. Of the Sabbat, no doubt. His mission was to secure an Inner Council facility that stored very, very dangerous creatures.
Well, the Sabbat that did the deed may be the person we are looking for at this moment.
Unless it can survive a fireball and a raging inferno, and then several feet of concrete and steel being thrown atop it. In which case, I believe you would be doomed anyway, as would we all.
Okay. Okay. Acheron looks to Pandora and says, is there a date in which this Tremere perished?
About 2 years ago. Interestingly enough,
Interesting.
one of those was afflicted with the blood plague. I was
Violet.
sent to search out for the cure. You know Violet. Of course you know Violet. All your kind stick together like flies.
Quite.
Nice.
What was the... Do you have the name of this Zemitzi? Or simply their sect?
Simply their sect. It's not like they go around introducing themselves saying, oh yes, hello, I'm the Lord of Death, the clan of Zemitzi from the Sabbat, how do you do? What do you think they are?
Yes, that is-
Saturday morning
Easier,
cartoon
though.
villains?
That is a bit more of a venture thing.
I'm sorry,
All right.
Rami, you were saying something.
Oh, I was just saying, wouldn't it be easier if everybody introduced themselves like that?
Wouldn't it just? Wouldn't it? But then also, there's something to be said about a mystery.
All right. Thank you so much.
Is that all?
That is all I had to ask of you, unless you've got something for me to do.
Business before
Wiggly
pleasure.
nos fingers. Ah, yes, of course. See you later, then.
Cool. Acheron will get up and give a little sort of head nod, bow, but will walk away. And as I do, I am, I don't know what I'd have to roll for this, but I'm trying to suss out the Samitsi specifically. She's given me a time frame. I've been in so for a very long time. And Samitsi, whether Sabbat or not, we all kind of know
Yeah,
when each
Yeah.
other is in the realm, you know.
yeah. I'll tell you what,
Um,
wits or intelligence and cult, unless you can think of something better.
No, that's good. Intelligence. I'm gonna re-roll that 1 into 3. Okay, we're looking 5 successes.
There are, of course, rumors that even though Sabbath never fully conquered the island, the number of times they tried, someone must have remained afterwards. And who better than the Zemitzi? The most famous one that you know of, that constantly tried it, was simply known as Andre.
Andre.
Glad someone gets that. Thank you, Space.
You're welcome. You said it, I just went, yeah.
Okay. Any other, like, I don't know, maybe warnings or something that my sire would have given me about this individual?
He is known to really try and break the Masquerade. I believe
Okay.
he would have been 8th or 9th generation as well, so, compared to modern day kindred, fairly powerful.
Right. Pretty old.
Was there any last minute conversations anyone wants to have? Either over the radio or in person?
I'm still by Pandora, and before my brain completely forgot what I was gonna ask. I know it's probably not super important, but it was a group of people becoming Archons. They were Kozri, right?
Yes.
Are any of those
4 of
people still here in Oxford that we can maybe talk to if we need to in the future?
Not in Oxford. The Inner Council have many faults, the strongest of which is not informing me of their every move. Can you imagine? The nerve of them.
Alright, I think that's it.
Yeah, Akron's not trying to hang around, so I think that they will go to Ebony and Hatfield and say, right, we've got work to do. Come on. You don't want to be in here long anyway.
Agreed.
Is for Akron, is Akron still hungry? Like, could I tell?
Oh, I'm like at regular standard 1 hunger.
One,
So, yeah.
Is
I mean,
any-
there's still like murder lust in the eyeballs, but you know,
Mhm.
not hungry.
I don't know if anybody is hungry. I'm not gonna drink the blood that I was given if anybody wants it, essentially. She might just like set it down if anyone wants it.
I'll say Hatfield just being on edge enough doesn't want to like lose it in Elysium, so kind of playing it safe over here.
Man, okay. So just so that from my edification, the man with the ugly smile was a Tremere named Lantre.
Lantre, yep. Lantre.
Okay, wonderful, Lantre. Killed by Samitsi Andre.
Yes. Once
okay.
asked a drug dealer for 2 cocaine.
Amazing.
Literally.
Amazing. Cool.
That happened.
Leave Andre alone.
Oh, it wasn't Andre, it was Lantre.
Oh, the
Yeah. You could... Out of all that group, he literally just said, yes, I'll have 2 of your finest cocaines, please. And everyone in that group just lost it like, oh my god, you are the most innocent, precious person on this planet.
The player was probably great, but like, fuck Tremere, you know what I'm saying? Okay, cool. Right. And just like the thoughts that Akron is having is like, what is the likelihood, right, of this Tremere being able to consume this particular Samitsi? What, like, you know, just given the generation that the Samitsi is.
It's possible. It's unlikely, but it's possible. I suppose if the Samitsi gave up and was all like, yeah, alright, whatever, bro. Yeah, but what Samitsi would do that? Why?
Right. And not
what
certainly...
kindred would do that, and why, if they weren't an antediluvian that planned to actually diablerize God?
Right.
Pedocious.
Right. And maybe Mithras as well. Okay, yeah. Cool. I think, Akron was just trying to hurt everybody the fuck out of here. Back into the car.
Yeah. I'm gonna...
Oh, yep.
Oh. I was gonna say, I'm gonna test the range on these radios to see, like, you know... Hey, Abdallah, do you on radio?
You're muted.
If you loved us, you'd swallow that.
You just hear some like slurping.
Oh my god. Alright,
Yes.
Sorry, I was 83.
I was a bit occupied.
Oh, I apologize.
No, I did get permission, yeah?
Yeah.
I got permission. Kulal will inform my sire about us
Excellent.
leaving the city confines. And the other news were received very, very well. I have not seen the Primogen as happy as I just saw him 5 minutes ago.
Well, it is good news, depending on who you are. So we have learned that the person most likely involved in what is happening with your people is probably an Elder Samitsi who diablerized a near Archon Tremere, and very likely survived the implosion of a underground facility. like tons and tons of flames and steel and just walked out of that shit. So that's good news, I guess.
Well, there are several rituals that could help with fire and fire resistances, if one knows.
That would explain it. But, yeah, so, Zamitsu, who knows blood sorcery, won the Deadpool.
Well, perhaps I will drop this knowledge before I leave, or before you come over and
Yeah,
pick me up.
it's yeah, I figured I'd give it to you now while we are leaving to get you, because it's a bit more of a brief conversation.
Yeah,
You may as well have it while we're on the way.
I agree.
On that note,
This meeting was formerly Sabot. Sorry, I'm so sorry. That's
Right.
meeting was.
We'll never leave.
That's
my bladder's going to explode!
Get rid of a shiv.
That's the meeting was formerly Sabot. You should let them know that as well.
Sounds good. I will do that. And see you soon.
And you'll have no problem informing Colin of this.
Yeah, I'll just let him
Take
know
notes.
exactly what that is. Yeah.
And the only thing he'll say is, of note, is he will pass this on and will work its way up to the inner council.
Mhm.
And on that note, we will bring an end to this week's Oxford's Ashes. Thank you all for coming and watching. Thank you all for coming and playing. This week we will go in order of most likely to shoot the sheriff but not the deputy, starting with Ardala. Who are you? What do you do? Do you do things? Let's find out.
Hello, everybody. I am Penicha Starlight. I am a variety streamer here, and RPO. That is trademarked, by the way. That's mine. Yeah, I do tabletop RPGs and video games, some music, some just chatting, whatever. We're neurodivergent, queer, so chaos, but wholesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, come over and come hang out.
Hey, who are you? What do you do? Do you do things? Let's find out.
Who?
Rami.
Oh, you
Oh.
can.
That was very fast, and it was totally cut
Sorry.
out.
Yeah.
Name of my
Space.
sex tape.
I'm Space. Space is Rain on Twitter and Twitch. I'm a variety streamer / frog VTuber. I really like frogs. I tell people frog facts way too much. It's very fun. My computer is having issues, so we'll see what I'm streaming this week. I have no idea. It makes a really loud noise. It drives me insane. Oh, I know what I'm playing this week. I lied. Oxenfree 2 is coming out this week. And I'm playing a lot of Remedy games, so like Control, Alan Wake, because I really like those games. And I get really cool telekinesis powers. I'm also here as Rami, and other people, Calliope, Gemasik, I don't know.
Wild.
Ebony, who are you? What do you do? Do you do things? Let's find out.
Heck. I forgot my own name.
Softy is back.
My name is Softonomicon. I have returned after a very long period of time, but I'm here and I'm with my friends and I'm happy. I am a variety streamer. I do video games and artwork. Lately, it's just been video games to ease into me getting back. Lately, I'm playing Risk of Rain and Gunfire Reborn, two really good roguelites. Look into them; they're fun. Here on Table of Horrors, I am Ebony on Fridays. On Mondays, and it's coming back this Monday, is Run the Flood. I am the GM. I'm Shiv's hedgehog husband, and I love Table of Horrors more than life itself, and God, I'm really happy to be back. Hold on, there's monetary things. Oh, if you want to support me, I have a Patreon where I'm making a coloring book called The Periodic Table of Monsters. Also, I always love when people hang out here on Table of Horrors, see us, and if you want to come to my channel, and any of the lovely people in here's channels as well. I think I got everything.
Art commissions.
Shit! I'm an artist. You can commission me. My prices are literally a pinned comment on my Twitter page.
Hedgehog husband.
I said that.
Already said it.
Yeah.
All right.
Say it again. I am Shiv's hedgehog husband. There.
All right. Acheron, who are you? What do you do? Do you do things? Let's find out.
Try not to Fury Frenzy on the Banu Hakim or the Primogen or the Harpy or... I'm having a hard time, you guys. Hey, I'm Theory Sarave all over the internet. You can find me pretty much everywhere. I am also at Lanyap Gaming doing TTRPG stuff there too. We are currently recording stuff that will be coming out in August, probably sometime after Gen Con. So look out for that. We have all of our VODs of past things on our YouTube, so enjoy that. A little fun fact about Lanyap is that the word Lanyap means a little something extra. So that I do that, and then I'm here on Table of Horrors where I play Acheron, your favorite Samitsi. And then on Mondays I play Morningstar, the cybernetic snake lady who is trying to win back the affections of her adoptive father, T103. It's not going well. I'll let you all know it's not going great. Other than that, I do spicy content. If you're interested in that sort of thing, it's in my links. But, you know, be respectful, because that is the right thing to do. Also, I'm really excited that Softy's back with us. Okay, that's it. Sorry.
Slip, who are you? What do you do? Do you do things? Let's find out.
Yes, actually, I stream on Twitch at twitch.tv.slipperynos because the Nosferatu wouldn't fit. So fuck me, I guess. I do a lot of variety stuff in the middle of the week. You'll get consistency when I'm dead and gone. I play whatever I want, whenever I want, and it's not always all the time, and it's pretty garbage, but it's also fun. We had a really weird conversation. Let's not talk about that. Then I'm here Mondays and Fridays. Mondays I'm T103. An orc with metal arms who was recently betrayed by his adopted daughter.
How dare you hurt me?
On Fridays, I'm here as Slip. Getting. I don't know what I'm
girlfriends
doing.
and boyfriends and partners.
Hey,
I'm
Getting married.
wheeling and
Getting
dealing
married.
and getting in trouble with my girlfriend Mirabelle mostly, but we'll see. We'll see.
Hatfield, who are you? What do you do? Do you do things? Let's find out.
Hi, I'm Daybreakathon. Allegedly, I can be found doing things occasionally, although I refuse to confirm that one way or the other. However, if you were to find me anywhere, it would be over on my channel at Daybreakathon, where I stream whatever I want whenever I can. Lately, it's been a lot of art fight stuff, because I am doing art fight, and it has been a lot of fun drawing people's characters. I have also picked up Subnautica, finally. I know the game came out like ages ago, but I'm just playing it for the first time now, and that's a lot of fun. I want to eat myself in the sea.
I'm so bad.
The blip, 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 blip. I have also written a couple of fantasy novels, which I definitely recommend you check out. I worked very hard on them, and hopefully the third one's going to be coming out as soon as I can finish editing it. I also did the character art for the characters who have art. My commissions are open if you'd like me to do some art for you as well. Aside from that, obviously you found me here and now with the Vampire Times being Hatfield, who is totally fine. Everything's fine. Absolutely fine. I swear it's fine. And at the Shadowrun times, I am very excited to be getting back to playing Mojave, who, I know what's going on. I definitely know what's going on. It's a very good time. And my dog has just run up to say hello.
can I make a quick shout out, Shiv?
Yeah.
Is that okay? Wonderful. So, guys, tomorrow, my husband, he's a streamer. If you're interested in watching DVD, Dead by Daylight stuff, content, he also has a kind of, right now, a not consistent necessarily schedule yet, but soon will be more consistent with when he streams. However, the important thing, so Saturday they are doing a tournament that he will be streaming, so that's tomorrow. And it's with a group that is essentially it's sort of like a charity stream tournament for LGBTQ A+ stuff. So check that out if you'd like to support. Just the views all help to be a part of that. So if you're interested, go over to twitch.tv.com. Is that how that goes? Crispy Kills.
I put the link in chat.
Oh, wonderful. And so you guys can peep that if you want to see, some cool Dead by Daylight stuff and silly chats and a good fucking time.
Excellent. We will go raiding over on Lost Tribes Gaming, who are playing Vampire the Masquerade, but we can't go legally, morally, objectively until Ebony says the line.
Oh my god, I have mommy issues.
Wasn't it prepared for that?
I wasn't
It's okay.
prepared for that either, but it's perfect.
I